Welcome to 8801 Chevy Road, home of the Colerain Cardinals. This is Chris Simonitis along with Brian and Brandon Wyatt with WeAreColerain.com in conjunction with Waycross Community Television. Welcome to the broadcast. Tonight, the Colerain Cardinals, 7-1 on senior night at home, battling the 4-4 Lakota East Thunderhawks. So excited for those of you who are joining us live on WeAreColerain.com. Looking for a very exciting night of football here tonight that we expect will go quickly as two teams love to run the football. And for those of you who are watching on a replay, either on the internet or through your local television station on Waycross, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We're really happy and excited that we can bring you this broadcast. It's the last regular season game for the Colerain Cardinals this year at home. Next week they will finish off in Week 10 on the road at Fairfield. So, the Colerain Cardinals are coming out on the field as they're getting ready to run through their banner. Of course, it's senior night, always a special night. Brian, Brandon, you both had an opportunity to play football here at Colerain. Take a minute and just talk about what it means as a senior to walk down those stairs and have the opportunity to play here on this field.
Well, Coach Combs always used to describe it, and he got it to you when you got in that huddle before every game, but it was a little different, a little more special on senior night when you – and it's always fitting that you don't think about it in the moment, but you think about it now. You know it's time for football when you hear the clickety-clack of those cleats coming down those steps and the popcorn in the air in front of these fans. It's a special feeling, and especially here at Colerain, you know, the clickety-clack of the cleats, you get to walk out and kind of – it's a little different than some places, and it's an appreciation here. And traditions change here at Colerain now. You have the flag bearer. It's been Deshaun Pace all year. You got the 2001 A Space Odyssey. This is the last time on this field that those Cardinals get to come out to it.
And to me, it makes an interesting dynamic being senior night. This is a team that you can't overlook. Lakota East has been in every game. Sans the first game against Turpin, which kind of throws everything that I've seen in their stats off. They played Fairfield within a couple points. They're within a touchdown of 10 points, and almost every loss they've had, they played some of the best teams in the GMC and hung with everybody. So everybody's saying, hey, we don't want to overlook this team. It's Rick Haynes. That guy can coach as good as almost better than everybody in this league. So they cannot be looking past this game to the big game with Fairfield next week. But it's senior night. So that kind of brings the focus in, and the coaches got to rein them in, but then the boys just got to kind of let it loose.
Absolutely. No, that's a good call out, and it's difficult because they're kids and they're looking ahead. Obviously, if you follow Ohio high school Division I football, especially here in Southwest Ohio, you know that the Colerain Cardinals are currently riding a 19 consecutive year GMC championship streak. They've won 20 overall. They're trying to win their 20th in a row this year. They are undefeated in conference at 6-0. It has not been an easy year. It has been a challenging year at some point. The past couple of weeks have been particularly challenging. This offense is not producing at the levels we've used to see, but the defense has stepped up, done a really good job. And the offense performs when they need to. So they're grinding a little bit. This team is grinding a little bit sometimes to get through these games, but they don't want to look ahead next week to Fairfield. Fairfield is undefeated. They're 8-0. Tonight they've got a good test. No, they don't. They don't. I'm trying to think of Lakota West. Yeah, Lakota West has got Princeton tonight. That's a great game. But they need to stay focused here on this game at this time, at this moment, here on senior night. These young men, as senior Hamza Abdul Wahid gets his return unit.
Yeah, he's not going to let them slack off.
Yeah, he's not going to let them slack off tonight. I mean, they want to win. They want to finish their regular season perfect here at home in the GMC.
And as we've seen these past couple of weeks, the defense has really carried the Cardinals all year, but then you lose your starting middle linebacker. Mike Best is probably done for the season with a knee injury, but people would think that really hurts your defense, but in actuality, what it really does is really hurt your offense because his substitute in the middle is perfectly capable. Brian Beaver steps right in, does an admirable job, but he's also your tight end on the offensive side of the ball, probably your best veer blocker in that option on your offensive line. So in a way, that injury has really hurt the offense more than it has the defense.
No, that's a great call out, Brandon. That's part of the struggle when you've got smaller rosters than which maybe you've seen in the past, but that's neither here nor there because they're out on the field now, and Colerain Cardinals won the toss, deferred, and they are going to kick off to the Lakota East Thunderhawks, and we are underway. Cameron Ott gets his foot underneath it. Ball is taken at the 20-yard line, up at the 25. Cuts back in. Lawson Sandusky wraps up the return man and takes him down just past the 30-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 for Lakota East.
Yeah, Jack Hartmuth on the return right there. As we've seen in the past, Colerain, we know Ott's got a big leg, but they've just been doing that pop-up, getting a lot of height. Wanted to drop between the 15 and the 10. That's exactly where they turn it. And most of the times, not much of a return here. Lakota East is going to start their first possession at their own 30.
Lakota East has a senior quarterback, Mark Krajewski. He's the main man, but it is a very young backfield that includes 2 sophomores and a junior in the backfield. And this is a Lakota East team that starts mostly seniors, but also is starting 7 sophomores.
Well, you know what? On their rosters, it doesn't have their size, but I'm looking at that offensive line. They got some really, really big guys, especially on that right side.
So here we go. Line up in a traditional tight wing formation. There's Mark, drops back, looks to pass for the first time, throws it deep down the field and over his intended target, even though he was wide open if he'd laid that in. Ball intended for number 89.
Good call by Lakota East Coach Haynes. He knows what the Cardinals are going to be sitting on that option. And the first play comes up passing, and we saw it right there immediately how the Cardinals are going to play the option. They immediately shift down. Brian Beavers goes from middle linebacker to defensive tackle, and it almost looks like a 4-6 bear front for the Colerain Cardinals.
Yeah, the other defensive lineman, Adam Hundemeyer, playing a little. He snuck out there, and I always said most dangerous guy in the option in the pass game is the tight end.
Let's see if Cardinals shift back to that bear defense, or they just go back to their base defense.
So second down and 10. Oh, we've got whistles.
Timeout. Lakota East.
That's a quick one right there. Coach Haynes is not happy about something.
Someone was not where they were supposed to be. And having been on the other end of that death stare from Coach Haynes, former Colerain offensive coordinator, I can tell you it is not a comfortable stare to take in.
And just to be a parent and watching you play during that time and getting to sneak on the sidelines, much respect with Coach Combs. He got all the glory. He got all the camera time. But Coach Haynes was the mastermind of that offense, and tell you what, he didn't like a lot of the glory. He didn't want a lot of the glory, but he was that mastermind between that state championship offense. He is a great coach.
All right, so coming out of the timeout, again, for those of you joining us live on wearecolerain.com, you can reach us at radio@wearecolerain.com and in the chat room, as is the case every week. Okay, under center now is number 12. Takes it, hands it off right up the middle to the fullback. 4 Cardinals are there immediately. Short gain. Third down forthcoming.
And after you're the Cardinals, you can't ask for better play up front. And if you're the Lakota East, you couldn't had it work. You could have not what you want as the game goes forward. Donovan Owens backside. That is the backside of the offensive line away from the play. Their job is to make sure the pursuit doesn't slam down, and that's exactly what Donovan Owens did there, setting up a 3rd and 8.
So third down and 8, ball at their own 33-yard line. There goes Jawiski, drops back, tosses it out to number 14. He's got it. He's going to have enough for the first down. Gets it out to about the 44-yard line. Needed to get to the 40. First down for Lakota East.
Yeah, play action. They go to the split end. He needed 10. He got about 13, 14 yards on that. Lots of time to throw right there.
That was number 14, the junior, Jack Hartman, a split end with the reception.
Also really well-designed play because the defense is rolling to the kind of the play fake and where everyone else is rolling, and he kind of just sits back at this back sidelines and is there for the first down.
Mark Krajewski, the senior quarterback. There you go, hands it off once again. This time, Brian Beavers and LT Johnson in the backfield.
Beavers was all over that. He was in the backfield, forces him to belly it outside before he even got the ball, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
You gotta like that weak side. A lot of times that doesn't get blocked. It frees up a man. But when you take a guess shooting a gap and guess the wrong gap against the option, we know what can happen. A small play can turn into a big play, but if you've got that speed from the weak side, and we've seen it a history of outside linebackers here at Colerain from that weak side.
Well, that was Beavers right up the middle.
All right, 2nd down and 12 after a 2-yard loss for Lakota East. Once again, we've got Will.
Timeout, Lakota East.
Wow. Second timeout in the first drive. Well, second timeout in 4 plays.
And our engineer here in the booth with us thinks they broke the huddle with 12 guys.
56. Who's 56?
Their rosters does not have sizes.
No, they
Evan
don't.
Yorkie.
Evan Yorkie. That's a big boy.
I told you, even the guard next to me is big, and even that 56 is big.
That's who he was talking about, 56.
Yeah, 56.
Okay, I'm sorry. There's a 60. I think a 65 on the other side.
Yeah, there's no 65 on the starting on the side.
All right, it's a 60 something.
Let's see here.
They've got 3 guys.
They
that are
got
just
72. They got 58.
63.
58 is a sophomore. 72, Davin Green is a senior. Yeah, they got some. Yeah, it's the first roster I've seen in all the GMC where they don't have any heights or weights.
Yeah, weak side 63. Is that the big sophomore,
There is no
or is that a 68?
63.
Okay,
63 is Adam Crehan. He's a senior.
No.
All right, so second down and 12. 20 goes in motion, drops back to pass, and it is incomplete. Knocked incomplete by number 10, Sean Williamson. It'll be third down.
Yeah, it was intended for Jack Hartman, the guy who got the first pass for the Thunderhawks, and he's their go-to receiver on the very rare occasions they do throw the ball. But Williamson there, the space is there in front of the zone, but he does a good job closing and knocks it away.
All about timing right there. He gets there a little bit too early. It's pass interference. A little too late. He makes that catch. That's the only thing in this defense. The Colerain corners are on an island, going to be tested man-to-man.
Interesting that Lakota East brings an extra offensive lineman in for this third and go. Long situation. Got to think that's for pass protection reasons. And
Right tackle moved.
And that's your right tight end. And that was your extra lineman that came in.
71. Yeah, I just saw the 7 number, but yeah, playing tight end, 71 flinched.
And I can only think they brought him in for pass protection reasons. But
unfortunately, he ended up being in for
and again, playing in the Coach Haynes system, I know for a fact
that
they're not going to bring in that extra tackle for at least some significant time period.
There was a play, Chris, I'm going to throw him out there. There was a play call that they were doing. I believe it was a 2-point conversion. They called Brandon's number when he moved me to the tight end. Dominic Goodman called timeout as we go here. The third down play, and a ball is underthrown. That'll bring in the punting team, but so they called the play, and Brandon's playing the tight end, and it's going to his side. Dominic Goodman calls timeout. He goes, "Coach, that's going to Wyatt."
As if to say, is that what you meant? You can see it here on replay here on Waycross. It did fall is short. It was intended for number 7, but that'll bring up fourth down, and on comes the punting team. And
I'm just saying, if we had to go for 2 in that state championship game,
you wouldn't have been covered.
I would have got a pass my way. I'm just saying.
So pace could be setting up at about our own 35.
There's a snap back to number 1, who's got a little bit of juice in that leg for being the smallest guy on the team. Picked up, stays on his feet, but then goes down.
Just fall on it.
Yeah, he tried to get a little bit of extra yards there. It went right through his hands to the senior Deshaun Pace.
And when it goes through your hands like that, you just got to fall on it. You know, he's probably the best athlete on the field, but he's got to know situationally. He tries to pick it up there, and he can get that taken out of his hand, but he ends up losing about 2 or 3 yards after that. Just
he picks it up with one hand. Look at him, but that's not ill-advised.
Yeah, he was at the 30-yard line. Yeah, he's out there carrying the ball. I mean, he lost 8 yards on that decision to pick it up and try and get away from it. So as a result, the Colerain Cardinals offense will be on the field for the first time. First down and 10 at their own 23-yard line. No score here early. Lakota East and Colerain in the first quarter.
Hamza Abdul-Wahid will be at the fullback position.
And there goes man in motion. Hand off to Hamza Abdul-Wahid. He stays on his feet. Gets hit and taken down, but not until he gets off to the 29-yard line. So great run for Hamza Abdul-Wahid, the senior fullback.
I'm not entirely convinced that was a fullback, or excuse me, an option. I think that was a fullback off tackle the whole way, and Hamza really actually never went down.
Yeah, he's not the biggest guy, but he runs angry and runs strong. I mean, the wrestler shows a lot of balance right there. What I like about him, he hits that hole quickly.
And he also covered that football up, put 2 hands on it. Freddie Johnson, the junior, under center. Takes the ball, hands it off one more time. Taken out past the 35-yard line, all the way up to the 38-yard line for a first down.
The same play, just the other side. Great push up front by your offensive line. They're doing their job. It's Zach Stegmuller.
And you can tell by the quarterback's head, that's not the outside veer. That's straight. That's 46-47 give. That's just taking that option out. You're not going to even bother to read it. You're just going to straight hand it off to the fullback.
Lawson Sandusky in motion. Jalen Thomas on the side. There's a handoff once again to Hamza Abdul-Wahid. He stays on his feet, picks up more positive yards, moves the pile a little bit, and gets it out to the 43-yard line.
And I think what the Cardinals fullbacks have really struggled with so far this year, and maybe it takes a couple of these gives to do it, is staying on your track. A lot of times if you're a fullback, you don't realize the importance of that angle. When you take it, it is important because the whole blocking scheme is based around it. Your read is based on it. And if you stay on that track, that angle, whether it's inside, outside, or midline veer, it really helps to the play to develop.
Interesting, Wahid with the first 3 touches of the game, he comes out. The sophomore MJ Flowers comes in at fullback. Let's see if they change it up. JT Thomas takes it on a sweep, takes it around to the left side. He's going to get hit right there at the 45-yard line.
He fumbled it. He went trying to get for extra yard right there, and Lakota East is saying they got it. He turned his back on the slow whistle.
Yeah, I think Jalen Thomas relaxed a little bit thinking the whistle would be blown, and it was not. The ball pops out, and the Thunderhawks recover.
Yeah, we think that maybe that's a thing a Lakota East do, that they don't take the man down as he's trying for extra yards right here. But the guy's not bringing down. He is just continually stripping the ball, and there it comes out cleanly.
Yeah, that was number 3 for Lakota East. Let's see if we can get a name on that gentleman. That was Jordell Smith, the junior, who stripped Jalen Thomas, the senior, of the ball. So Lakota East takes over on the turnover at the 49-yard line, at the 44-yard line in Colerain territory. There's a pitch deep. Number 20, he's got it into the open. He's going to have enough for the first down. He's still on his feet. He looks to get past the Colerain defender. He gets all the way down inside the 10-yard line before he gets tackled. Huge run.
I'll tell you what, it could be a big problem right here. Colerain's big defensive lineman, Corleone, is down on the play.
That was Josh Thornhill, the junior, who took that ball along the right side and with proper blocking got himself all the way down just inside the Colerain 10-yard line. And to your point, Donovan Owens is down, and with the loss of Michael Best at linebacker, we can ill afford to lose another big playmaker on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, he's your anchor right up there, especially stopping the fullback right here. Corleone, the UC signee, signed this past Saturday.
Not signee,
Commit. Tried to get up, looked like a right ankle.
Well, he has 2 ankles. Well, he has 1 right ankle.
But he got up and walk on his own.
Well, he's standing up on his own, and he's walking off on his own gingerly, not getting any support, so that's a good sign.
But, and the Cardinals did on that play, they forced the pitch right away. I mean, Krajewski barely got it out of the mesh. He got it, and Lakota East did what Cardinals have struggled with all year, and they got blocking on the edge on that pitch, took it to the seam and got some big gain, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Thunderhawks.
Yeah, Justin, ball on the 9-yard line.
So turnovers can kill you, especially when you've got a team that can make the big plays, and Lakota East has got some big playability there. So 1st down and goal for Lakota East. Krajewski takes it, hands it off to number 4. He takes it, dives, tries to make one man miss. He's going to get all the way down to the 5-yard line. 4-yard gain on 1st down. 2nd and goal.
Again, not an option play, just straight isolation. 2 lead backs lead the way. Just power football from Lakota East.
Very difficult to ask any defense to keep somebody out from 5 yards out, but this Colerain defense has done it before. They're going to be asked to do it again. You have to believe at this point. You got to believe they're in 4-down territory. I would think.
They can get the point. The first score is good no matter how you get it.
But you can see Lakota East doesn't have their normal running backs back there. They got their linebacker, Corey.
Yeah, they've gone big.
Dick Corey.
Ms. Krajewski up. We've got flags.
Yeah, Colerain does a little shift there up front, and they draw the offensive lineman off sides.
So their 2nd offsides call of the night against the Lakota East line.
And that's twice they've done that. The entire defensive line, I guess, on the cadence shifts one way or the other. Don't come forward, just goes laterally. And that's drawing the offensive line off again. So the 4 yards they got on 1st down, they lose 5 here. So it's 2nd and goal at the 11.
.6:48 to go here in the 1st quarter. No score.
It's a pretty interesting for Coach Haynes. He has a pretty set a lot of substitutions back and forth, and they're under 10 seconds. They got to get to the line quickly.
5 seconds.
They've already burned up 2 timeouts.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, and they get it off. There's Krajewski with the pitch once again to number 20, Thornhill. He takes it around the side. He's going to get it back down inside the 5. Let's see where they mark it. I thought he got inside.
No, they're at the 7.
Okay, so they're only down to the 7.
Get a little bit of speed to the outside. Colerain.
It's very interesting right now. I don't know if you can see it here on the Waycross. Lakota East is essentially running 2 huddles, one on the sidelines and one in the field of play. And Coach Haynes is sending substitutions based on whatever play he's calling.
How far is the coach allowed to go down the field? Is it to 25?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
3rd down and goal at the 6-yard line. Single set back, Thornhill in motion. Krajewski drops back, looks the path, throws it across the middle. It is incomplete.
I believe somebody tipped that right there.
I think you're right.
Kendall made the play.
Yeah, there's a tight end that slipped right out there. If we watch the replay, Kendall.
Yep.
Kendall reads that right away and just gets a ball, and he was open for a split second, small window to get in there.
The junior, Xander Kendall.
So they're going to bring the kicker out on 4th down.
Senior Gavin Myers set to kick for the Thunderhawks, but I will say Mark Krajewski is the starting quarterback, is your holder. And if you're playing the Colerain Cardinals, this isn't a bad place for a fake.
Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and kick is good.
So with 6:35 left in the first quarter, it's the Lakota East Thunderhawks striking first. They lead the Colerain Cardinals 3-0.
As Chris said earlier, possessions are going to be very, very valuable at this point. Colerain makes the turnover. They've only had the ball, 5 plays so far this quarter. We're down to 6 minutes already in the first quarter.
4 plays, actually, right? 3 runs for Hamza, and then he comes out, and MJ goes in. JT takes the sweep and fumbles. So, yeah.
Again, you can reach us here live on wearecolerain.com in the booth at the address of radio, wearecolerain.com. And in the chat, we got one from Lenny Lopez listening from Corona, California. And go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I was going to say, we've got a little message here from Joey Marsh. Congratulations, Brandon.
Joey Marsh, a co-worker of mine. Nice to hear from you, Joey.
That class of 07 on here, number 23, Trent Jude. Thank you. Earl Smith, class of 97. Love to see former Cardinals. Thanks for chiming in on the chat room. We encourage anyone that's listening to chime in the chat room as well. So the Cardinals find themselves down 3-0 here early. Again, as a result of the turnover, the Jalen Thomas fumble at midfield.
You notice little things when we do this enough, because we see this enough, little things that you're like, that's different. You know, almost every time the kicker on kickoffs uses 2 hands, places it nicely. He did this kind of like cradle it, like almost like a daintily with his wrist in the air, set it down with one hand. Really? Just interesting.
You don't hear the term daintily used in football too.
I didn't know of a better way to describe it. I mean, he wasn't doing it daintily. I know how else wrist, words. Jalen Thomas and Sean Williamson back deep.
Gavin Myers gets his foot underneath it, and he kicks it high. It's going to be taken right around the 7-yard line. Taken up to the 15 to the 20. There's some room.
Get crease.
Sean Williamson's got it. He's still on his feet. Gets out past the 40, all the way up to the 43-yard line. We'll call it the 44. First down for the Colerain Cardinals. Ironically, exactly where Jalen Thomas fumbled it on their last series at the 44-yard line.
Great scene there by his blockers, but he did exactly what you need to do as a return man. Don't hesitate. Run to the hole. If it's there, you're going to break it. If not, you're going to run into somebody. But you've got to attack it right away, and a big return there by Williamson.
Kudos to the junior, Sean Williamson, for holding on to that ball. He had one hand on it the entire time.
And I have no idea from week to week who's the running backs for the Cardinals.
There's like 5 of them, right? So Hamza Abdul-Wahid back in at fullback. Motion now is number 19. There's a handoff up the middle. All the way out to the 50-yard line.
I tell you, look at Lakota East. This is the first time that he's actually gone to the ground. They're holding him up, and they're really working that strip.
Right. Well, I mean, and that's not a bad philosophy. You can see it here on the replay.
But what you can do a lot, if you're going for that, the first guy makes the hit, holds the hit, the second guy for the ball. Because if that first guy goes for the ball, you're going to run through an arm tackle. Possible miss there.
Right. 6-yard gain on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Ball marked right at the 50-yard line. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Cardinals trail 3-0. Freddie Johnson with the handoff once again to Hamza Abdul-Wahid. He gets behind the block of Lawson Sandusky, gets into Lakota East territory, picks up a Cardinal first down.
I don't know why you run any other play. I mean, they've run it out of different formations almost every single time, but it's just 40, 46, 47 outside veer, and it's just give her the fullback every time.
Yeah, don't even worry the read until they stop him. Like the offensive line, Stegmuller, Pert, Aaron Swinner, Carnes, and Malik all doing a great job up front getting pushed.
Especially against this 50 front, I know being that play side offensive line, when we get to the next play.
Sandusky in motion. There's a handoff once again to Hamza. He gets through the line. He's still on his feet, gets it all the way down to the 35-yard line. So 9-yard pickup on
as a former Colerain offensive lineman, I can tell you your favorite formation to go against was 46-47 outside veer against a 50 front, an odd front, because that means your guard, tackle, and tight end get the triple team. They're all stepping towards that tackle. One's going to come off backside, one's going to come up top. and find the scraping linebacker, but it's a great way to get the offensive line going forward.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're just going to keep giving the ball to Hamza Abdul-Wahid. He gets it down to the 30-yard line and picks up another Cardinal first down on the handoff.
Yeah, and unlike a lot of teams, too, with this 50, their middle linebackers are 4 or 5 yards off the ball. They're really not crowding it up, so he's getting 3 yards before there's even contact.
Nothing wrong with that. So first down for the Colerain Cardinals on the Lakota East 30-yard line. They started this drive at their own 44.
Well, you take a little bit more time to get this play in. Maybe just giving well, they already given Hamza rest.
Substitute Hamza.
Yeah,
MJ's in.
So the sophomore MJ Flowers in. There's the handoff to MJ. He takes it up the middle, picks up positive yards, some good blocking downfield.
I'd like to see a quarterback keeper on that one.
It was Jalen Thomas on the counter. Not much there, but he still slips forward and falls ahead for 3 yards. Sometimes I wonder what game you guys are watching.
I'm sorry. I thought Flowers took it. Hey, look, the option.
How many years?
Is the art of deception.
Yeah, that wasn't even an option play. How many years have we been doing this?
I don't know, 10? I think that's right. So there we go. Freddie Johnson got it this time. He does hand it off to MJ Flowers. Take it all the way down into the 21-yard line, so it'll be third down and very short for the Cardinals. See, look at the replay. Number 9, MJ Flowers.
I know, but that was an option play. It was the next play.
Is there a timeout? The third and final timeout by Lakota.
You know what they do say? There's no reason to save your timeouts in the first half.
I guess, but
that's taking it to a bit of an extreme here as Coach Haynes calls his third timeout of the half.
Well, his defense is doing nothing against the fullback, and if you don't stop the fullback in the option, that's the key. If Colerain stays patient here, they got to make some type of adjustment.
During this timeout, let's take a couple of minutes and give a few more shout-outs to the folks that are listening and watching in the chat room on YouTube. First and foremost, I want to get this one out. I can only assume that Lex E is Lex Ehrenschwender, giving a big old happy senior day to Ace Ehrenschwender and all the other seniors. He says, "Love you, buddy." Older brother, right? Is that a safe assumption?
I don't know. Is it?
I believe it is.
What was his sister's name? It could be his older sister.
Brian Bird is in. He's
remember.
watching. Josh Hogan from 1998 is watching. Sharice Millerton. Michael R., class of 2008. Even JJ yelling "Go East." It's all right. We don't mind when the East folks chime in. Glad that they couldn't make it tonight. They get an opportunity to watch their team battle the Cardinals tonight. Happy to try and give the most unbalanced and partisan broadcast we can.
No, we usually don't do that.
Whatever.
No, we do not.
It's usually me as the voice of reason.
And that in and of itself is somewhat concerning.
So we're down to a third down and 2. Colerain's got to get just almost to the 20-yard line.
Got a what?
What?
Got to get.
Giggity.
2 tight ends for the Cardinals.
Jalen Thomas in motion. Freddie Johnson hands it off to Hamza Abdul-Wahid. He takes it, follows his blockers, still on his feet.
How about that? And we saw it a few years ago with DSM, Daytwan Smith-Moore. Sometimes when you have that undersized fullback, he can kind of just lay on the pile. Hamza got about 3 extra yards because he's on top of the pile just kind of body surfing and finally lays the ball here as you get a look at it. That's just a straight fullback give. But watch, he's going to fall on top of this pile of bodies and then just kind of slide forward.
Yep, right on top of Ace Ehrenschwender.
He's got to tuck that ball in, though. You already had the first down. You got to know where you're at. But you're right. DSM had a couple of them where he got up and ran the distance at that point. But.
Yep, Freddie Johnson once again the handoff right up the middle. Hamza Abdul-Wahid takes it again. This has been the Hamza Abdul-Wahid show.
Tell you, this has been the offensive line show. They've been much maligned throughout the year, but they're getting a great push in every play. There's piles of people.
Everyone out was in on the tackle.
Second down and 7 on the scoreboard. 2:30 left to go here in the opening quarter.
He's going to do all this work, and then Freddie's going to pull it for a touchdown here.
3-yard pickup.
There was a year that used to happen all the time. Who was it? Who was the fullback was it Trayon? I don't remember if it was Trayon or Milo.
Yeah.
But somebody.
It's every quarterback every year.
Seems like it. Jalen Thomas in motion. There's a handoff once again to Hamza Abdul-Wahid. Defended a little bit better that time. Still going to get positive yards. Yep. Gets inside the 10-yard line. Where it'll be third down and about 4. So So picked up about 3 yards on that play.
Yeah,
that was probably the best they've defended that all night.
Not sure what they did up there, and during that timeout, though, their linebackers are doing a little bit of something different, so that 4 yard is turned into a 2 yard carry.
Deshaun Pace in the huddle along with Jalen
Wildcat.
Thomas, Isaiah Myers. Well, Freddie Johnson's still in there, so unless he breaks himself out to the wide, which, it's possible.
Well, we saw it last week for the first time. Deshaun Pace lining up at running back, and that's what we'll see here.
Yep, him and Jalen
Wishbone,
Thomas.
how about this?
Yep, Wishbone right behind Hamza Abdul-Wahid. Freddie Johnson takes it. There's a hands off to Jalen Thomas. He busted outside, looking to try and find some room. I think he's going to have enough for the first down. It'll be close. We'll see where they mark him.
It all depends on the spot. He's right there. Lakota East does a good job stringing it out. A little bit of power shown. They haven't. It looks like he's going to be just short.
Yeah, needed to get inside the 5, and he's at the 5.
So he's going to be short. So it's going to be 4th down and very short. And, well, interesting. Here comes the tank package. Donovan Owens, Dante Corleone coming into the game along with Brian Beavers.
Timeout, Cardinals.
Yeah, they're good. Play clock down to 13. Colerain's going to burn their first time out. Bringing Corleone here, he was kind of hobbled. I know he's part of this tank package, but almost I'm thinking you find somebody else.
Yeah.
Because he's not in there to run a bar. You got another big guy.
That'd be awesome if he was in there to run the ball.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Brian. I thought the same thing. I'm like,
because he was noticeably limping out there, and let's save him.
That's just walking with style.
It's either that or it's a ruse. Is that what you're saying? Do we have any emails from radio@wearecolerain.com? Anybody new tuned in?
No.
You said earlier it was.
No, it's so easy to go on the chat now. I think a lot of people aren't doing the email like they used to.
Here we go. Matty Wood. Matty Wood's got the day off, former wearecolerain.com volunteer.
Now working
doing
at Channel
big things.
19.
Yeah, working at Channel 19, video production, and he is the man on the scene if there's an accident or a fire. And it usually is sometime between 4 and 6 in the morning.
Give him that credit, too. He's also the creator of the wearecolerain.com logo.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you've got a night off, and I'm glad you've chose to listen to us.
So tank package is going to stay in there.
I think Corleone's faking it. That's what I think. I think he's trying to get the thing.
No, he's going to get. He's walking with style. I don't know what he's talking about.
All right, 4th down and 1. Ball at the 6-yard line. They need to get to the 5. Freddie Johnson under center takes the ball, hands it off to Hamza.
First down.
And he's going to pick up just enough for the first down. Needed to get to the 5, and that's exactly where he got. It's actually pretty well defensed by Lakota East.
So it'll be 1st and goal for the Cardinals, and they will stay in that tank package.
I tell you, he didn't get it by much. I thought he got a little bit farther than that.
He just got it. So 1st down and goal for the Cardinals inside the 5-yard line. Approaching a minute left in the opening quarter, trailing 3-0. Would love nothing more than to put 6 on the board here.
I'm telling you, Freddie's pulling it here.
Is that what you're calling?
Power left.
They got all kinds of guys over there. That's where Freddie Johnson's going to go. He's going to keep it himself, going to try and get around to the side. Deshaun Pace does the right thing and lets go. And he's going to be just short of the end zone.
Half-yard line.
Yep.
I'm telling you, it's quarterback sneak. Freddie Johnson, Hamza's done almost all of the work in this drive, and Freddie's going to get the quarterback sneak right here.
So he gets to the outside and does a good job stringing it out. He reached for the pylon and touched the pylon, but it looked like his foot was out of bounds before he got there.
If smart call here is just quarterback sneak,
Quarterback
don't even bother with the hand.
I don't need. There's nobody even over the right guard. Yeah, right there.
And that's exactly what Freddie Johnson does, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals! Freddie Johnson puts 6 on the board.
And we joked about Hamza doing all the work. He'd be the last one to complain. He was the one we saw getting the Cardinals, the senior, getting his team ready, making sure there's going to be no letdown tonight as Freddie Johnson punches it in for the Cardinals.
So, guys, correct me on this. Lakota East did they kick the field goal, right?
They kicked the field goal.
Okay, that's right.
The snap is blocked on the extra point.
The snap was blocked or the kick was blocked?
The kick was blocked. It was back. It was a little bit slow, but someone got through in the middle.
So with 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter, after blocked extra point, but a touchdown for the Cardinals, Colerain 6, Lakota East 3.
Yeah, not sure where he came from, but there was a couple guys in there. A slight little bobble with the snap. It was just a little bit delayed. Not really that bad.
What are you talking about?
The snap.
So he came from his mama.
Oh. Chris, let us do the joke.
Wow, man, he's not very funny.
He's not.
I missed you guys.
You know, it's like if Abbott did all the jokes. No, Costello was a funny one.
Jeez, way to date yourself. Dated yourself. Oh
Abbott
my
and Costello.
gosh.
I love it.
Next, you're going to be making Marx Brothers jokes.
Oh, I can do that all night long, guys. All night long.
Guys,
Let's go, Mo.
It's 100 years later. No one knows who those people are.
If you don't know who the Marx Brothers are, that's a you
Charlie
problem.
Kenrich, deep for Lakota East. Cameron Knott,
Hey guys, just as an update, Fairfield playing no kills. Guess how long Juthan McLean's touchdown was tonight?
68.
I'm going to say 92 yards.
Close, 93.
That game is going to be a running clock fairly quickly.
Cameron Knott set to kick off for the Cardinals.
All lined up at the 40 with a 6-3 lead.
Another pop-up is going to drop down about the 15.
Yeah, a little bit deeper kick that time. And unfortunately, a seam there made. That was Thornhill once again. One of the starting running backs takes the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. And that's where Lakota East will start off
I
first
tell
down
you,
and 10.
Lawson Sandusky is usually one of the first guys down there. Takes and pop. There were some big blocks by the up men by Lakota East.
Yeah, Sandusky got an arm on him. You saw him flying through the air there trying to get to him, but he ran right through that tackle, or that attempted arm tackle again. Good blocks. Credit Lakota East on that.
Yeah, Caleb Amofa also took a big shot right there. But look at it, Cody's going to start this drive off at their own 40.
I think they're going to start on their 40-yard line.
You know what? Do not see Dante Corleone on the field for the defense.
He is on the trainer's table.
Yep.
Just
He's off
got
now.
up.
Got
I
his
think he's
helmet.
got a good tape job.
First down and 10. Very tight. There's a pitch back, and good defense by the Colerain Cardinals. Thornhill gets nothing on that one.
Yeah, flying up right there. He makes a big tackle. Looks like he maybe should have given it to the fullback here. Makes the read to the outside, and that's the wrong read.
It's the right read. It doesn't matter where he was going there. Usually, you would have been happy for a no gain to the fullback. And interesting, the Cardinals here, they are forcing Krajewski to make that decision right away. He has not kept the ball. It's either been a fullback give or a pitch almost as soon as he gets out of the mesh. And Lakota East will be happy to let the clock run out here in the first quarter.
Credit to Sean Pace on that tackle for the Colerain Cardinals. So that brings us to the end of the first quarter with the Colerain Cardinals up over the Lakota East Thunderhawks by the score of 6-3.
Remember, and thanks to all the guys from Waycross Community Media. If you like what you hear or you want to be part of a future broadcast or even create a broadcast of your own, remember you www.waycross.tv or call 513-825-2429. Whether you're in the booth, behind the mic, or just learn all the technical things. A lot of our volunteers from wearecolerain.com has moved on to bigger and better things and made this kind of a stepping stone for their career. So we appreciate everything that Waycross does to feature our student athletes here at Colerain High School.
Okay, we got a former photographer that does media for Fifth Third Bank. We got a former cameraman that does cameraman work for Fox 19.
We got Mike Noyes shooting for the Enquirer.
So, again, you can reach us in the booth at radiowearecolerain.com. That's one from Randy Hunt, class of 1992, listening in Ross. And those Rams out there in Ross are playoff bound for the first time in a long time.
Definitely a program on the rise, no doubt about that. Good for them. All right, second down and 14 officially. 4-yard loss on that tackle by Deshaun Pace.
Yeah, Lakota East again has brought that offensive lineman and made him an extra tight end.
Senior quarterback takes it. It's a counter this time to number 18. Brian Beavers is there and wraps him up. Limits the gain to 4 yards. Back to the original line of
This
scrimmage.
is so interesting for the Lakota East in terms of the personnel they're using. I mean, they haven't given it to the. I mean, I don't think any one of these running backs has more than 3 carries, and they're substituting liberally almost on every single play.
Yeah, 3 or 4 guys. As you said, every other play is a different package. And
You know what it does? It makes the depth chart that I made totally useless.
Yeah, that's
Well-
the point I was getting to, Chris. I was trying to
Boy,
think.
you know,
This
a good
depth chart
film-
I have is useless.
a good
It is.
film study.
Shotgun now for the Thunderhawks.
How about this? 4 wide.
Third down and 10. Snap is back. Number 12 looks to pass. He throws it across
Picked
the
it
middle,
off.
and it is intercepted. Good tackle in the open field, but not before the Colerain Cardinals pick up the interception. That's number 29, who picked off the quarterback, Mark Krajewski.
Sophomore Kenny Willis started the year 3rd on the depth chart. Corey Kiner kind of took over that corner spot, but he's been out the past couple of weeks hurt. And Kenny Willis with his first career reception for the sophomore.
Yeah, not really used to throwing the ball that much. He really kind of if he throws it to
Well,
where he wanted to, the
You got to
inside
give
linebacker
credit. You give it to the
coverage.
credit of the guy up front. I think LT Johnson may have either got a piece of the ball or his arm and forced that one high.
And both middle linebackers were in the passing lane, so it had to be high, but that time just a little bit too high.
Cardinals come out now in the Wildcat package.
I'll tell you, wide splits.
There's a handoff to Deshaun Pace. He's got the snap. He's going to take it right up the middle. Two hands, Deshaun. 2 hands on the ball. He's going to get thrown backwards by number 22 of the Mason Comets, but not before he picks up 4 yards.
Oh my gosh, what a tackle that was.
Did you see the? You go see it on replay.
No, I'm just saying if the guy from Mason made a tackle, I think they're playing.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Lakota
They're
East.
playing what? Where are they playing right now? They're playing like
See,
in Hamilton right now, aren't they?
That shows how much I listen to
apologize.
Chris. I didn't even catch him on
I didn't,
that.
and obviously I didn't know what team we were playing.
He picks up 4 yards.
So number 22 for
against
Lakota
a
East.
vaunted Viking
makes a tackle.
defense.
Aviators playing tough tonight. There's the handoff to Jalen Thomas. He takes it around the end. Going to pick up another 4 yards on the play. Holds on to the ball this time.
Jalen Thomas, the ball carrier.
First touch since fumbling it in the first quarter. So get a little confidence back in JT, who, let's be honest, so far this year has really become the bell cow, if you will, on the offense in terms of carrying the football.
He's the one guy that can break it at any time. Runs real strong, very barrel chested, so he'll run through some arm tackles. He's had the big plays when they've needed it.
Cardinals back to their traditional formation. Freddie Johnson in the quarterback.
Jalen Thomas and Lawson Sandusky. Lawson Sandusky getting a lot of time in the backfield tonight. Him in motion. Lawson Sandusky. There's the handoff to Waheed. He takes it, gets hit, stays on his feet, gets pushed back though. He's only going to pick up about 1 yard. It's going to be 4th down and short. And the punting unit are going to have to punt on this one, unfortunately. Could not get enough for the first down. And in their own territory, this is absolutely the right call. Punt it away.
Yeah, this time from the weak side. Good play.
Oh, even more impressive. That tackle by the Comets of Mason was made all the way up in Mason.
They're growing big up there. That's what they say.
So speaking of Lawson Sandusky, he's they brought in the punt team. He's going to be taking that about their own 30.
Pretty good spot for a fake, but you can see Lakota East there just shading that side of the field.
Lawson Sandusky in punt formation.
Corey Dick sets up at his own 25.
Snap is back. Lawson's got it. Gets his foot underneath it. It's a low, long drive. It bounces. Picked up.
Wait, he can't
That's
run
a
it after-
15-yard penalty, isn't it?
Yeah, he carried fair catch and then ran with it.
Corey Dick
He didn't run too
returns the
far, and he kind of realized what he did and stopped, so the referees didn't call much.
See if we can see
But
here on
does it
replay.
change it after the ball hits the ground? I'm not sure about that rule.
See here the replay on Waycross.
So he calls a fair catch, but takes the ball on the hop. And I said it might have something to do with the bounce. But he stops running. The whistle blows the play dead.
So it sounds like we're all kind of guessing what the rule is.
It's a
We
moot
are.
point regardless. The whistle was blown. They take the ball at 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So
Yeah.
no penalty on the return.
Deepest start for a possession for the Lakota East.
Last Lakota East
Thunderhawks.
offensive series resulted in the interception.
2 tight ends.
There's a handoff right up the middle. And the Colerain defense says not tonight.
And again, you go fullback. Donovan Owens there from the backside to hold it up. Ryan Beaver's there to clean it up.
1.5 yards.
Dante Corleone back on the field for the Colerain defense.
Ryan Beavers was in the tackle for the Cardinals.
It's always interesting how Cardinals,
Second down,
those
9.
defensive linemen, are pretty interchangeable, but it's really based on the defense they're going. And with this more option look, Dante Corleone has really moved more towards that nose guard position.
Number 7 in motion. He's going to get the handoff on the jet sweep. Takes it around left end. Going to pick up about 4 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 4, maybe 5.
As Brandon St. Clair forces him out of bounds. Colerain strings that play out. Stop the clock with 8:20 left to play till
favorable
halftime.
spot,
Was in on
but-
the tackle.
It's about 3rd and 5. Yeah.
3rd down drive.
So big 3rd down for the Cardinals on defense here. If they have an opportunity, they can flip the field here. If they can prevent him from picking up the 1st down, I look for one of those fake handoffs and maybe just a nice little soft toss in the flat somewhere. Watch number 14, Jeremy Hartman, the tight end out
Jack
here.
Hartman.
Jack Hartman, thank you.
A one-on-one out here.
Hartman.
Colerain makes that lateral shift again, and again, the 3rd time have drawn the offensive
surface.
lineman
And you
offside.
could just tell Coach Haynes wants to call timeout to yell at someone, but he doesn't have any
But he
time.
can't do it. He's dancing on the sideline.
Well, yeah, and you know, one thing, you played for Coach Haynes. He doesn't have to yell. Coach Haynes is one of those guys that has that stare.
There's a replay. You can see the defensive line shifting, and they're allowed to do that.
It's that lateral shift, and it's worked 3 times.
Yep. So that's going to make it 3rd down and 10,
Probably an obvious passing situation.
which is never the case in a triple option offense. Number 20, Thornhill in motion, drops back to pass, does. Krajewski looks to pass, he throws it, lobs it, caught, tackled,
down.
out of bounds, but enough for the 1st down. Is that Thornhill on the reception? I did not see. 48, okay.
Charlie Kenrich.
Yeah, he has plenty of time. The pocket collapses, and he gets outside and just kind of a touch pass. Finds a little crease right there. And in high school, you only need 1 foot down. He gets 2 and the 1st down.
So unfortunate for the Cardinals after forcing the offside or the false start, having an opportunity. And here's Corleone again on the sideline. He's not well. Yeah, Dante Corleone is here on the sidelines, and he's not. There's something up with his foot.
Yeah.
There we go. Handoff up the middle. Some running room there. Still on his feet. Takes it all the way out to the 41-yard line. Clock continues to run.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. Shows great patience right there. Gets behind the offensive line, and look at that push by 56 and 58. Double team LT and push him back. That's the one thing. Corleone gives you a little bit of bulk right up there in the middle.
56, Evan Yorkie, and 58, Kevin Hornow. Only a sophomore, Kevin Hornow. One of those 8 sophomores that Brandon alluded to at the beginning of the game that are starting or playing significant time for this Lakota East team.
So 2nd down and 4.
Krajewski under center. 7 once again in motion. There's the handoff up the middle. Number 8 lays the hit, but it's going to give up 3 yards after the contact, and it's going to be enough for the 1st down.
Cardinals got the penetration, but just didn't get the tackle made in the backfield. LT Johnson had a hand on him, but not enough to bring him down, and he pushes forward for Thunderhawk 1st down.
And again, they got kind of the 2 huddles. They got one near the sidelines. Bring 5 in, take 4 out, bring 4 in, brought 5 out. I mean, that was interesting right there. Count how many guys? 2,
There's 12.
6, 8, 10.
11.
Okay.
I meant 11.
Drops back to pass. It's thrown, it's a prayer, it's in the air, and it is incomplete, just beyond the intended target. Almost completed, but there was good coverage by the Cardinals.
Yeah, Sean Williamson in a one-on-one, just on a go right there. Kind of overthrows him. Had a step on him. At a half step, Williamson makes great closing. Uses his body to screen right there and makes it up. And the receiver had a
That
step.
ball's on target. And again, LT Johnson gets penetration on a pass play.
Was that his hand?
Affects
that was
the
up?
arm, yeah. That if he doesn't get a piece affect his arm there, that's a touchdown for the Lakota East.
So 2nd down and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Lakota East trailing Colerain 6-3 here with 6:44 left to go in the opening half. Possessions have been at a premium. 48 in motion. There's the handoff on a counter to number 20 Thornhill. He's got it. Takes it into Colerain territory down to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, how many times we run that play? A lot. That's a classic counter. When it works well. Everybody's got
especially worked that well because Deshaun Pace kind of stocked down play side, anticipating the direction of the motion, and it kind of left one less defender on that side of the field.
Yeah, onto the Colerain side of the field. It is at the 49. They need to get to the 45. It's 3rd down and 4.
Right here in midfield, again, another big 3rd down opportunity for this Colerain defense. Without their big man in the middle, Dante Corleone hobbled on the sideline.
And they jumped again.
Colerain does that lateral shift, and did they get him?
Yep.
So what do you think?
Oh, Coach
Brandon,
Haynes just wants
Rick
to call
Haynes.
timeout and yell again.
I was going to say, what do you think Rick Haynes is thinking right now in his head?
I don't think I can safely say what's going on in his head right
Well,
now.
I didn't see who did it that time, but the first 2 times it was the same young man. The 3rd time it was somebody different. I didn't see this 4th
He's
time.
just got his head bobbling and just
So do you
thinking about who's going to get yelled at tomorrow morning in film.
tomorrow morning or at halftime?
Both.
So 3rd down and 9 now.
Well, they had this before at 3rd and 10, and they were able to loft the pass and pick up the first down. So the Colerain defense needs to be on their toes. Drops back once again to pass. Not a whole lot of pressure. Throws it intended for number 48.
That was a bad decision by Krajewski.
Yep.
His tight end was open down the seam. No one was on number 89 for the Thunderhawks.
Yep.
Yeah, that's that tight end.
Adam Hunderman.
He's got out there a couple different times.
Yeah, you can see it right there in the replay, right there around the 20-yard line. He was wide open.
I tell you what, at the 45, needing it to get to the Colerain 45, this is a good place for a fake.
Great place for a fake, let's be honest.
Snap is back. Punter's got it. He kicks it. It's a high punt. And
Oh, he's got to give him, yeah, about to say.
Yep, well, flags all over the place.
They called it right away. You got to make timing. You got to.
Well, here's the thing. I don't even think it's off of Deshaun Pace, anyways. I don't think
It did hit him.
Hits
it
the
hit
back
the
of
helmet of the guy tackling him.
Right.
Now, Deshaun Pace needs to call fair catch.
You got to love his aggressiveness, but you know what?
That's not a fumble because the ball should be dead.
It's a spot foul from the penalty.
Right.
That ball bounced right off of I think it's his helmet. It's a kick catch interference on the Thunderhawks.
Personal foul, Thunderhawks.
So here's the replay. There's the punt forthcoming. You can see Deshaun gets right underneath it, and before he has a chance to catch it,
Right off the helmet.
Off the helmet of the defender.
That was a really good play if that was a cross from the outside.
You know what? He almost leads with that helmet, too.
Well, he's trying to head it into the goal. Unfortunately for both of these teams, their boys soccer teams have been eliminated from the play.
So Colerain's going to take over at their own 43. We got 5:20 left to play till halftime. Colerain up 6-3.
Low-scoring affair as both offenses trying to find their footing. There's a handoff right up the middle, and
See
there
ya.
goes Hamza
See ya.
Abdul Wahid.
Wahid for 6 points.
62 yards, 5:11 on the clock. Another score, Colerain. I tell you what, the fullback has been effective. This time Colerain sends Sandusky in motion, and they did a little bit of something there with the tight end. But there is nobody in the middle of that field.
He wasn't touched.
Aaron Schwender, your captain center, just blows the big hole open. I don't know where they sent the linebackers, but there's nobody in the middle of the field covering that. Colerain went with a wide receiver split way out.
Well, what they also did is we get set here for the extra point. They went against the motion this time. They sent a guy in motion and went right at it. And the defense kind of been jumping that way because they've had so much success running an off tackle. As the snap is down, kick is up, kick is good. With 5:11 to play here in the first half, your Colerain Cardinals leading the Thunderhawks of Lakota East 13-3. You've had so much luck going there. Lakota East adjustment kind of cheats that way. And what do? Your first play back here on the next drive. You swing that motion, but go right against it and swing the fullback in. He did get touched, Chris.
Did he? Okay.
He did, by one person, his right guard. He bumped into his right guard, number 79, Cameron Carnes.
And how do you like to be in that head? He doesn't shy away from contact. He breaks right through there. He's usually looking for a linebacker to run over. There's nobody there. So you got that forward lead.
Well,
it's just nice to stay on your feet. We haven't seen I think that's the first time we've seen the fullback go the distance all year.
That's the first fullback touchdown we've seen in excess of maybe 15 yards. Do want to give a quick shout out to Tyler Prather, the holder. Not a good snap on that extra point. He actually had to pick the ball up off the turf and get it set up. So Tyler Prather, great job. Able to convert the extra point.
A couple quick score updates. 22-0 Fairfield, 7-7 Sycamore Hamilton. Mason playing both here in Colerain, apparently, according to Chris.
Really?
And
Can we stop that?
And Middletown. They're up 7-0 Middletown. Here's the surprise right now. Princeton 20, Lakota West 3 early in the first half.
So that would be I would not say a huge upset, but it would be significant enough that it would be interesting.
Cameron Ott tries to pop this one up. This time he gets nothing. I don't know if he just kind of shanked his wedge right there, grounded it, and he just straight right out of bounds.
LaSalle 14, Wittenwood 7. Elder 14, Football North from Clarkson, Canada, nothing.
0.
They play tomorrow, don't they?
Yeah, Ignatius and Xavier play tomorrow. All I have for a score for Moeller Edwards is Saturday, and please pray for Moeller.
Yes.
Springfield leads Wayne 7-0. Trotwood on top of Springboro 13-7. Walnut Hills 21, Anderson 7. That's big. Walnut Hills trying to play themselves into that 8th seed. Now healthy trails Harrison 14-13.
Those were the other two games I was going to put on there. I'm glad you guys got those. All right, so 5:07 left to go here in the opening half. 13-3, Colerain up. There's a pass. Catch by number 7. Great tackle in the open field. Number 10, Sean Williamson.
And that play would have been open regardless. He probably would have picked up 3 or 4 yards instead of 5. But almost caught Colerain substitute. They went with a little bit of different of a defensive formation there because Deshaun Pace had a helmet issue they were trying to fix. So Elijah Ford had to substitute last second.
Yep.
Sean Williamson wasn't even there. He got lucky that it was a short route because if they run a go route, there's no one covering on the outside.
And then when he got that hook, he kind of ran back 2 yards with so only picked up 5.
Well, not bad on first down. Second down and 5. Krajewski takes it, keeps it. He's going to go down.
And Jarman, the sophomore, with the tackle. Colerain goes against the motion there. Lakota East tries it themselves, and the sophomore Jarman there to just bury Krajewski in the backfield.
Yeah, they get the tackle, but Donovan Owen reads that play right away.
Donovan Owens right now he's right now your defensive player of the game.
Yeah,
he's not getting all of the tackles that he is.
He's occupying that fullback, pushing that off guard.
But he's making contact from the backside of plays and forcing things to get off track, off of their forward momentum, and letting his teammates clean it up.
Krajewski drops back, looks to pass, throws it, and it is almost intercepted. Sean Williamson had his hands on it and just couldn't come down with it. He's kicking and flailing.
I also believe that's 10 push-ups.
Let's see here on the replay how close Sean Williamson was.
You know what? That would have been a heck of a catch.
Look at him trying to keep his fingers on it. Just couldn't quite do it.
It doesn't matter. You're defensive back at Colerain. You drop an interception. That's 10 push-ups right there.
We'll see if Pace's
that would have been a tough one to pull in.
Yeah, let's see if the coaches handle it within Pace's ear this last
Cardinals look like they're coming for it.
Yeah, they got everybody up on the line, but then they drop back. So there's a punt. It's a high punt. It's a short punt. Deshaun Pace signals fair catch and then gets away from it. Takes a huge Cardinal bounce out of bounds.
You could say get away with it, or he said kicked it directly out of bounds and he ran out of room because
he won it.
He was coming it down hard.
It.
I don't know if that would have been a good decision either.
So Cardinals will have 2 timeouts to work with, 3:39 on the clock, and 61 yards to matriculate.
Look here at Williams.
Yeah,
Stay on this. Keep it
had
running.
both
Keep
hands
it running.
on it.
Williams' son.
Yeah.
And he's his own worst critic.
Are we going to see it?
He's like, come on, get up.
No. I can't believe I missed it.
He knows he's got to do 10 push-ups. He dropped it.
Sean Williamson, only a junior. We're going to see a lot more of him. He goes lost to Sandusky in motion. Here, Freddie Johnson drops back to pass, throws it across the middle, and it is caught by number 16, the sophomore.
Yeah, it's coming back.
And there's a flag on the field.
Coming back.
What would have been a 61-yard passing touchdown, unfortunately, is going to come back.
Yeah, right near the line of scrimmage on the right side of the 41-yard line. There is laundry on the field.
Somebody needs to tell Freddie. He's dancing along the sideline.
If I'm a reader of body language, Lawson Sandusky is not happy.
Let's see if we can see it here on replay. That was of course it was.
Oh, is it a lineman downfield?
Well, it might have been, and it's not probably a lineman downfield. It's probably someone was covered up that released.
Brandon, keep it looking here at the replay to see if he can find out. I didn't see it. That was, of course, I think I can say confidently the most beautiful pass Freddie's thrown all year.
He caught the sophomore right in stride on line.
And I'll tell you who's the most angry right now? Coach Rod. Here's your replay. Maybe you can see it over here on the side. Yeah.
Wait, there was there was some offensive linemen and tight end right there, but they weren't 4 yards.
In those situations, I think it was most likely somebody was covered up on like a back or something that didn't realize they were no longer eligible.
End result is a
5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty. So now it's first down and 15. Drops back to pass once again. Freddie Johnson this time throws it behind the intended receiver, Deshaun Pace, and it is incomplete.
Well covered on the outside.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I think if Freddie Johnson throws it where it's supposed to go, he's going to get only about 4 or 5 yards in the play.
Yes.
And give it to Deshaun Pace to break a tackle. But that ball was thrown almost if he was intending to pass at the defender. I mean, that was way behind.
Yeah, he runs a quick out, and he almost looks like he was.
That's
he
one of
threw
those.
for the
That's
hook.
one of those adrenaline. You run a little bootleg. You're throwing on the run.
As a reminder, as we approach 3 minutes and 20 seconds, we'll take a break during halftime, but we've got stats and scores from around the city. Well, stats from this game, scores from around the city later in halftime. There's Lawson Sandusky in motion. There's a counter, Jalen Thomas. He makes one man miss, which is a good thing because that would have been a loss. But now he's got his foot down.
Ooh, that looked close
How
to
was
a
that
face.
not a face mask?
And it looked like he had some of the jersey on that.
That's going to be a timeout.
No, you've got Colerain gets helped out by a Mason Comet down on the play.
Mason Common, number 3. Oh, what? No, that's not the Cons. Lakota East. You did it to me again.
Yeah, he's got him by the collar.
It's a clean play, but
Clean play by the
yeah, that's one thing when you run those jet sweeps and like they take a long time to develop. And if the hole is not there, you can set yourself up for a loss.
And it's not really helping the Cardinals. I mean, if they don't convert here, they're going to punt it right back to the Thunderhawks.
I tell you what, how big of a momentum swing is that touchdown being called back?
That's huge. It's absolutely huge.
You know, you go in 21-3. But, you know, you got 3:12 left to play. Colerain's had some success moving the ball, and I believe they have all 3 of their timeouts left.
2 timeouts left.
No
It's like,
timeouts.
you guys don't listen to me at all.
No timeouts for Lakota East. 2 for
Shotgun, 5 wide for the Cardinals.
Colerain. So
How about this?
This is a quarterback draw.
This is a fake screen, Isaiah Myers over the top.
Drops back, looks at pass. Pressure by number 48. Freddie Johnson's got it. He's going to keep it. He's going to try and run. Unfortunately, he's going to get number 88 on his back, and he's going to get tackled.
Now, interesting
no
here
gain.
is
Lakota doesn't have any timeouts to stop this clock.
Lakota hasn't been a school since 1996, but Lakota East doesn't have any timeouts.
Oh, you're getting that technical.
Splitting hairs. That's what he's doing.
Well, split hairs while you still got him, young
Yeah, I was
man.
going to say, you know what you should do?
Yeah, doesn't have enough hairs to split. He's got to keep them
Yes,
on set.
split as many as possible. It will divvy him up and cover more area.
Let me give you a little newlywed advice.
This is probably not a good area for a fake.
You should always split hairs with your wife in any kind of conversation. They love that. Lawson Sandusky back to punt. 4th down and 15. Gets his foot underneath it. It's a high punt, not very
Fair
deep.
catch.
Fair caught in Lakota East territory at the 38-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for Lakota East. 2 minutes and 1 second left in the first half, trailing Colerain 13-3.
Chris, let me give you a little scientific insight. I'm very thankful that your hairline is mostly determined from your maternal grandfather.
How about that?
Well, genetics lesson right there.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Good
I
thing.
mean, it's not solely, but it's highly.
Both of your father's fathers were pretty bald.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
23andMe, live right here in the booth. Here we go. 1st down and 10. Lakota East, number 7 goes in motion. There's a counter across the middle, and he's met immediately at the line of scrimmage.
Brian Beavers.
Said, you're gonna see the definition of someone getting planted.
This is what they call a decleater.
Picked up and put down.
That's a 2-point takedown right there.
23 and 8 both in on that tackle. That ought to be a half tackle for each one of them.
Nah, that's a full tackle for 23. Brian Beavers.
He does give him a 1.75 yards on
And it was interesting. They faked the jet sweep, kind of tried to run a draw underneath and catch the Cardinals off guard.
And they got all kinds of guys down motion. Hartman running to the other side. Man in motion. There's a pitch to number 7. Counter. Brian Beavers is in pursuit. Got it and hit. Number
Williamson.
10. Sean Williamson coming in to clean that up. Maybe 1 yard on the play?
I can tell you exactly what that play was called.
No, he lost a 3/4 of a yard.
That was counter 7. We run it about once a year or twice a year. One time it runs for a touchdown. The other time
it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Just like that.
So 3rd down and 9. Colerain still with 2 timeouts. 1 minute and 13 left on the clock. Clock is stopped because the ball carrier went out of bounds. So the Cardinals will get the ball back.
Yeah, they got to stop him first, Chris.
Well, they got timeouts. You're right. I mean, if this conversion happens, then
They converted a couple 3rd and longs already, finding the tight end and
Jalen
slipping out of the
Thomas showing
backfield.
blitz. He's coming in.
Little quarterback counter draw is not
Who's there again? Donovan Owens. Donovan Owens was blocked and then just threw off the offensive lineman and made the tackle.
Yeah, he's going to take it just outside the 40. He picks up a 1.5 yards.
Colerain immediately calls a timeout with 1:07 left on the clock.
Now, it's a perfect place.
For a fake.
Cardinals take a field goal.
Right,
They just
Colerain with
get
only
one
one timeout left, so if you stop them, they'd have to pick up 20, 25 yards to get the field goal range.
Inside the 40s, you're
touchdown, Bernie Peterday.
And
Family donates
you're trying to make the playoffs. You can't hold anything back.
Can't hold anything back.
$100.
It's an interesting score. Not interesting, but
Oh my gosh, my dad with his stupid flash on his text messages. Oh my God, he's blinding us. I ask every week, and he just keeps it going. All of a sudden, there's just flashing lights like we're in a Kanye West music video.
Well, the first thing to go is the hearing, so I can't hear my phone ring. So,
You don't need your phone right now.
Show me something shiny, and you get my attention.
Look, there's a guy with his spoons out there. Oh, look, a squirrel.
Mr. Spoons is here? There used to be a guy in the Colerain area.
Do you remember,
bar to
you
bar
remember about 3 weeks
the
ago, Mike,
spoons.
when you and I did this broadcast all by ourselves? That had a whole different tone, I would
Lowest ratings of the year.
say. It was terrible, I tell you. Absolutely
Yeah,
the
our
worst.
market share was
Lowest
terrible.
ratings.
4th down and 7. Lakota East on to punt.
Pace is at his 32.
There's a punt, another
This
high
one's returnable.
punt.
Nope,
Yep.
this time he's...
Deshaun Pace calls it fair catch, gets underneath it, catches it, and then sits on his bum.
Yeah, Cardinals went for the block there because he gets a good punt as Fernando Rivera, but it takes a long time, and the Cardinals just a half step away.
I tell you, his punt really dies. There's not much wind at all right there, and it looked like that ball was going to go a little bit longer, and all of a sudden it just fell out of the
It's
sky.
just the way, it's just the direction of his kick. It's a very high angle kick.
So let us set up Colerain with one timeout, 1 minute left to play, and they got to get the balls at their own 32.
I'm going to say they're going to run the annexation of Puerto Rico.
How about Lawson Sandusky in the ball game? One of the backup quarterbacks already has a touchdown pass on the year. Colerain breaks the huddle with too many guys, and they're going to get caught with that.
Penalty flag.
See, that was Freddie Johnson's. That was
I
Freddie
should've kept my
Johnson's
mouth
fault,
shut.
though. Freddie Johnson told him to get off the field. That's when the coaches got to be like, "Hey, Isaiah, just kind of sneak off the field.
Yeah.
Don't just kind of fade off of the field."
They didn't huddle up on the field. They came from the sidelines, and when they left the sidelines, they had 12. So luckily, no clock runs, and that's just another extra 5 yards for the offense.
Deshaun Pace.
You got one-on-one
Out
on the
wide.
outside. Let's just sling one.
Freddie Johnson hands it off over the middle and pick up
I
about
tell you
4
what,
yards on the play.
That was a slow whistle.
The ball carrier.
I think the referees were looking at the center who was containing his block because he was right down right away.
Hamza Abdul Wahid on the carry. I mean,
Hamza's got to have 100 yards in the first half.
Well, he
I'm
had
sure he does.
60,
Absolutely.
62 on the one carry.
Yeah, they're
Colerain really taking their time.
well. They're
20
not. They're not trying to score here. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to go to halftime with a 13.
You don't know that. They're
Yeah,
going to play
your two
action right here.
Two of your best athletes
It's going to
here
be
on
a
the
quick
outside.
pass to Jalen Thomas right here.
Little skinny post.
There's a pass out to Jalen Thomas, who's got it. He can make some guys miss. He'll get out. He does not get out of bounds. He stays in bounds.
Close.
15 seconds to go. Colerain has a timeout left.
Burn it.
They're not burning it.
Jalen Thomas.
That's interesting.
I think they're going to wait for one more play.
Michael
Yep.
Howard was
They're
on
gonna-
the tackle.
Well, who has your best arm? Because
Lawson Sandusky sling the ball.
no, Tyler Prather.
Where's
has.
Tyler Prather?
Prather's got a cannon.
But
But you had a pretty ball, real pretty deep ball tonight already that was called back by Freddie.
no, that was a really good post. That wasn't that. It was an intermediate route.
It was a really pretty execution. Though.
I'm surprised they had just run it just a fade. You got one-on-one. Pace has got a little bit of height on the defensive back. So Freddie is staying in at quarterback.
How about a little hook and ladder?
Yeah.
There's ladders out there.
That rarely works.
It worked for.
I keep waiting to see the yellow field goal target line. I don't see
Well,
it.
there's no. That's not happening with 4 seconds. You're getting one shot here.
I know. Again, as a reminder, we'll take a break at halftime. We'll go radio silent. The video cameras will be set up.
Double
on the field
pass
and,
right now. Lawson Sandusky's going to bubble out, catch it, throw it the other way.
That's pretty exciting. Freddie Johnson drops back, looks to pass. He's got some protection. He throws a duck up in the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. With no time left on the clock, that'll be the final play of the first half. And here at Colerain High School on senior night, it's your Colerain Cardinals 13, Lakota East 3. We'll be back with scores and stats with 5 minutes to go in the half.
And that's the score.
In honor of all Cardinal seniors tonight, we proudly present to you our show, Atlantis. Once again, your Colerain Cardinal Marching Band.
Welcome back to the second half of action here at Colerain High School. It's your Colerain Cardinals 13, the Lakota East Thunderhawks 3.
Yeah, it's evenly matched game so far. A couple big plays called back from Colerain, or we would have more than a 10-point lead. Colerain, as we saw earlier, won the toss, and they will get the ball in the second half to start it. But they had a 61-yard touchdown pass called back that would have gave them a big lead and a big momentum boost.
And as we heard here at halftime, they were still upset about it. They were trying to show anyone that would look on their replays on their iPads no one was
And I need it
downfield
now.
on that illegal man
I've got
downfield.
grandchildren in the
on that
district.
touchdown pass.
You probably
Yeah,
have
it's great to
kids
see.
in the
We,
district,
as we say,
grandkids.
we get kind of the privilege up here in the booth to
And
kind of,
give them
we're
the
right next to the
opportunity
Lakota
that
East
I
coaching
had.
staff, so we always
The
kind of
quality
get see this. But
education.
we've got some
It's
fiery
important,
coaches on our side,
strong
and it's a
schools
good thing that they're
make
upstairs.
strong communities.
Keep them out of the building because
Please do
they
your job.
sometimes get pretty
I'll do
emotional,
my
and you're
job.
absolutely right. Walk
Vote
by them, and
November 5th.
they were not happy with that call.
I need you.
But you got to live with what
More
what the call is
importantly,
made, and
the
Colerain is
kids
going to get the
need
ball to
your
start
vote.
with
Thank you.
a 10-point lead rather than a 17-point lead.
One of the other underlining stories of the first half there is the apparent loss of defensive lineman Dante Corleone. Now he's back out here. He looks like he went through warm-ups. He's clearly hobbled.
There's our coaches.
Yeah,
Offensive.
there. There's all of our offensive coaches.
Yeah, no, that's some defensive ones.
Yep.
Waycross
Thanks to our
community.
great volunteers at Waycross again for bringing you
has the
tonight's
Lakota
broadcast
East
live on
versus
wearecolerain.com.
football game
And for those of you who are watching it on replay,
tomorrow
either
at
online
8
at
p.m.,
waycross.tv or
Monday at
on
5
your local
p.m.,
Waycross
and
community
next
station
Wednesday
provided
at
by Spectrum.
9 p.m.
As you were saying, Chris, Corleone
That's
has
White
been
Cross
kind of
Community TV.
banged up. Not
Check
sure
it
how
out.
they can ice him up at halftime. Got a tape job. He still is dressed, so he's on the sidelines, but
I don't
not at
understand why.
100%.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
Well, you
He's
use
not
him,
going back
you
in.
use him in certain situations if you've got it.
If he's not hurt, then he needs, I would think, to be out there playing.
Well,
I mean, it's
He's also a young man that sometimes, and even as a junior, he's still a young man that sometimes you have to learn the difference between injury and
pain?
And pain.
being hurt and being injured.
Nah.
Two different things.
Yes, that was the.
And it's not a completely cold night. It's chillier than it has been, and a lot of times injuries sting a little bit more
Yeah,
the colder it is outside.
That's why I prefer he just not go out there. Just take his helmet and say, you know what, you're done.
But you've got a 4th down and goal at the 1, and you got one play for me, son. So stay ready. Always stay ready.
Well, he's got his helmet on. So
Well, he's on the sidelines in his pants. He's better to have his helmet on.
yeah, I know, but he's got it all strapped up. He's ready to go. So
I believe that's a coaching rule.
It has to be strapped
Yes.
up on the sideline. Oh,
Yep.
I didn't know that. Okay,
Because it's
Jalen
strapped.
Thomas.
It's supposed to be on.
it has to be on. Right.
Sean Williamson, deep for the Cardinals.
That's the whole ready to go at a moment's notice. So some interesting scores around the city. We didn't talk about it. Brian asked us off air about whether or not we were going to take some time to talk about the Harbins, and we chose not to. I mean, for those listening, the bottom line is this: Colerain, with their win last week over Mason, has secured a playoff spot. We will be playing in Week 11. Where? Don't know. Opponent to be determined.
It's about 95% chance that it'll be here. Like 96, basically, that it'll be here.
It's a high likelihood, but not guaranteed. So let's get the second half underway. There's a kick that's squibbed right into the middle. It's picked up by Colerain and taken down immediately at the 26-yard line.
That was Williamson again. No, wait,
No,
is that,
no,
it's an
that's
18.
on-
That's an 18.
Monte Scales.
26-yard
Okay.
line, first and 10.
that Devontae
Colerain.
Yeah, his
Shannon Murray? Is he
shirt's
19?
a little crimped up. His 8 looked like a 0 right there. But you know what? That's a smart play. If you're not
yeah,
sure,
absolutely.
you can't get it cleanly. Just fall on
Man,
it.
that was a good excuse he came up with right on the fly.
No, it's exactly what happened. I looked up after he stood up, and I go, "Ooh, that 0 just turned into an 8."
So you are gonna sit there, Brandon?
Yeah, I'll stay here unless you want to switch.
No, you're fine. Let me
You
just
guys
grab my
couldn't
depth chart.
decide who was sitting where at halftime. You have to wait till we're on the air.
That's fine.
Yep, I formation Cardinals.
Has the game started? What's going on? Freddie Johnson under center. Takes the ball, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, tries to take it around the end.
Nice
Fakes the
fake.
pitch, keeps it himself, and he's in the open! Freddie Johnson with one man to beat, and he can't quite get by him, but he takes it all the way down to the Lakota East 35-yard line. Huge first down run for
I tell
Freddie
you,
Johnson.
Freddie Johnson have never run the option that well. He fakes that pitch, 29 bait. He falls for that bait, and he just takes it to almost the distance. One man to stop it. A big play to start the half.
Let's see who that is. Let's give proper credit to that guy who chased him down.
84.
It's interesting. They get both
Caleb Van Hosser.
both their cornerbacks. I got two
Sophomore
cornerbacks.
DB.
They're both in the 80s in their numbers.
Yeah, first down and 10. Freddie Johnson fakes the handoff once again, keeps it himself.
Johnson, the ball
He's
carrier.
going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards on the play, playing very quickly.
Well, the first half was all fullback. First 2 plays here in the half. in the second half are 2 quarterback plays.
Good read. I don't know if they block different or the defensive making an adjustment to stop the fullback, but that's the maturity of a quarterback right there. He's finally late in the season making the read right there. If you're going to overplay the quarterback, keep the ball. That's why they call it the triple option. So he picked up 4 on that play.
Freddie Johnson under center. Jalen Thomas, Lawson Sandusky. Hamza Abdul he gets it this time, and he gets tackled, but not before he gets to about 2 yards from picking up a first down.
Yeah, they've gone back to the fullback here. Straight little slant. Follows the offensive line. Good push right up front. Great offensive line play. 52, 53, 74.
I think he's just shouting random numbers.
I was remembering my locker combination
He's
from
like
when I
that
played
guy
here.
in Lost who just says the random numbers.
3rd and 2.
Freddie Johnson under center. Takes the ball. Hands it off one more time. Going to have enough for the first down. I believe. Brandon, was that Hamza?
That was Hamza Abdul-Wahid to the 20.
That's what I thought.
And you made the comment earlier, Brandon. He's not your 230-pound fullback.
Well, this one, look.
Watch how low. And
but he does a smart thing. Watch. He just gets in the backside of his blocker and just kind of mauls himself forward.
Yeah.
Only needed 2 yards.
Had no idea where he was running.
Yeah,
just
you can't
knew
see him.
that he was running
He's
forward.
on the back of his guy going forward.
Exactly.
He's going forward.
First down and 10 for the Cardinals. At the Lakota East 20-yard line, up 13-3. Jalen Thomas has got it on the sweep. He takes it around the end. Lakota East has done a good job stringing that out all night. No gain on the play. They shouldn't mark him short. I mean, he got back to the 20. So, unless their actual line of scrimmage is the 21.
Yep.
I think it is. Okay. So, no gain. Second down and 10 now. Ball on the 21-yard line. So, again, kudos to the Lakota East defense. They've done a good job stringing out that jet. Jalen looking for that opportunity to plant his foot and take it upfield, but hasn't really been there.
Now, good play by the defensive end. Number 4 right there. He doesn't make the tackle, but he blew up Colerain's offensive tackle and disrupted the play.
Yeah, not a whole lot of blocking there on the edge. There's a man in motion. And there's a pitch to Lawson Sandusky. He got it. Makes 2 huge cuts. Makes 2 guys miss and takes it all the way down to the 15-yard line. So big run for Lawson Sandusky, his first of the night.
Yeah,
Look at these 2 cuts here.
He
on
gets
the
the pitch on the outside, and he shows the athleticism that you want out of a punter.
There's a miss. There's a miss.
Whoop.
Yep.
3rd down, 4.
So it makes this manageable. Probably 2 down territory.
You would think. The offense, I think, wants to come out, and they really want to kind of assert themselves.
No,
here.
you're up 10. 16 gives you 3 scores, but or
It's
13.
2 down territory. Don't try to do math.
No. With the success that you've been having, they go back to the traditional wing formation. You're running Hamza right here.
Ray Johnson under center. Takes the ball.
Oh, and a nice.
Takes the handoff. Keeps it himself. Takes it down to the 10-yard line. He's at the 5. There's a flag on the play. Probably going to be holding on the edge.
The wide receiver on the outside blew his man all the way back to the goal line, and I'm not sure if he got an arm
that was
around
thrown
him.
behind the play.
Holding number, I believe he said 53. So
there's fake the handoff.
Yep.
Yep. When your man turns like that, there's a little bit of grab that they'll allow.
Yep.
But when he turns, you've got to have that timing and know when to release it.
Yep.
And especially when the key block makes the play,
Yep.
it's pretty easy to see by the referee. So it makes it 3rd down and 13.
So that really is an unfortunate penalty for the Colerain Cardinals.
Colerain's 4 wide. Oh, but a skinny post right here.
That's what they do. Ray Johnson takes it, passes it out to Jalen Thomas. He catches it, tries to make one man miss it. He does. Skips it into the inside, into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jalen Thomas, the senior on senior night, puts 6 more on the board for the Cardinals.
Nothing fancy.
Ha! Great shot here by our Waycross volunteers on camera.
They're
right
going to
there.
get a 15-yard penalty for that.
Yep, there is a flag on that on senior night.
Look at this move.
That'll be considered
Watch
a
this
lateral.
move.
Whoop!
Took it right inside. Let's see that camera angle from the end zone on that move. He literally just sidestepped him.
So here's your 15-yard penalty. Hamza comes up a little.
Him and Hamza both doing the synchronized backflips.
That'll be assessed on the kickoff. That's one of the ones that you go, that was awesome, kids.
That was awesome because we're up 17 points on
If you
senior
ever
night.
do that again.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Well, you saw him and Deshaun do a little Dragon Ball Z
Right,
Yeah.
but
celebration.
and then walk away. And
then you see a Lord of the Dance into the backflip there between Deshaun Pace, or not Deshaun
No,
Pace.
that was a little kid and play, wasn't it? When you call it?
I don't know. I was 2 years old when that movie came out.
Little known fact, synchronized backflipping right now just a club sport here at Colerain, but they're going to apply for varsity, I think, in 2 years.
Man, Chris just fails miserably on his jokes,
He's
doesn't
trying.
he?
You got to keep trying.
Snap is back, hold us down, kick is good. With 8:26 to play in the third quarter, Colerain Cardinals 20. Lakota East Thunderhawks 3.
Really good offensive series there for the Cardinals, despite the holding penalty would set them back, overcoming that and
We're getting
getting
another
the
look
points
here.
on the board.
There's nothing fancy. It's just a quick pass, and we're going to put you one-on-one, and whoop, 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 there's the one.
Yeah, Deshaun Pace is out there too. He blocks his man, but he leaves him one-on-one, and that one's fine. That one's fine, but walk away, young man. They probably would have let it go except for the back.
You know what? I'm going to give them an 8 on the landing because they weren't fighting.
They were
Well,
little
here's
off.
the thing. I'm going to give Hamza about an 8.5.
Yeah.
Just an 8 for
They
Jalen
didn't
Fountain.
stick it. You gotta close the knees a little bit, bring them to your
Hey,
chest,
you know
and
what?
plant that landing.
Here's the deal. It's high school football. It's Friday night. Those guys are both seniors. Let them enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, it stinks. You know, you give up
That's the one where
15
Coach
yards,
Kodite is going to
whatever.
yell at them because he's got to yell at them.
Right.
Well,
But in the back of his mind, he's like,
I think every parent has gone through that. Your kid does something that is awesomely funny, but you still have to punish them, and then you walk into the other room and you
Right.
just laugh.
Yep.
So this will be assessed on the kickoff.
But who gets the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty?
You
Is
give
it
it to both
Hamza or
of them.
Jalen?
Got to give it to both of them. Is it a team penalty in the books?
I think it probably goes as a team penalty.
It'd be a perfect place for an onside kick, though. Look how open the middle of the field is
Probably
right
the
now.
worst spot.
No, it's not. Look, there's no one in the middle of the field.
Well, there's never anyone. I've been calling for that squib all year because they know they like that pop up to the far right side, so they overplay it.
Let's see what Cameron does here. He gets his foot underneath it, and it is a squib right
Oh,
through the
look
middle
at
of the
that.
field. It bounces. It's picked up immediately, cut backwards, and actually really well covered by the Colerain Cardinals. Lakota East will take over first down and 10 at their own 44-yard line. So
21.
tried to make the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah, Tyreus Bradley, and there's one of my favorite players on Colerain, the special teams demon,
Oh, he is a demon.
Tamashkin Kamsa. And I'm going to find out before the season's over how to actually pronounce it.
Well, actually, here's the thing, Dan.
Kasha.
You actually already have got a pronunciation. You just already forgot it.
Yeah, I forgot it. It was like
Yeah.
4 weeks ago. that
Yeah.
somebody told us
I
that.
wasn't here.
It's Kasha. I wasn't.
No, I was
here.
worried about the first name.
Dante Corleone back in on the defensive line for the Cardinals to see how effective he can be. And he pushed around a little bit. There's a wide pitch out wide. Good defense is going to create a tackle for loss.
They've run that play 2 times. You kind of fake the counter jet sweep. You kind of run a draw back underneath it. And again, neither time it's been successful.
Well, Deshaun Pace is there to turn it in, but once you hesitate, that weak side, LT
Johnson.
LT Johnson blew that play up, and no matter where it was going. Again, the Cardinals' defensive front and LT and Donovan Owens have just been dominant tonight for the Cardinals.
So 2-yard loss on first down. Second down and 12 at their own 42-yard line. Lakota East trailing 20-3 to the Colerain Cardinals. There's a handoff right up the middle to the fullback. Good run, but once again, LT Johnson on the back of the ball carrier. He's going to pick up about 3 yards on that play. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, Beavers gets good penetration from the outside, and I believe it was Beavers here. Gets him by
Jarman.
That's Jarman. Okay, it's 33, not 23.
It was actually your cornerback backside, Sean Williamson, made the.
Yep, he got his
Good
feet, and he went low, and
Yeah.
LT went high.
Williamson's had another one having a good game tonight. 3rd down and 9. Need to get to the Colerain 46.
Goes 33. Pressure up the middle. Dante Corleone. Nice to see the junior, Dante Corleone, the recent University of Cincinnati commit, coming in after the injury in the first
sit out
half.
the second half, Chris. Definitely.
Well, he's healthy.
I don't know why they keep him on the field.
I said if he's healthy, then play. If you're not healthy, then don't. He's obviously healthy. Great play.
Well, that's a little bit of a cover. That's a little bit of coverage sack right there. He looked over to his left there.
I think that was a combination of I have no time for it to be a coverage sack, too.
Yeah.
So the
Snaps it
excitement
back.
of the Deshaun Pace return. Again,
Penalty flag.
He does not call for the fair catch.
Now, here's the thing. There should be offsetting personal fouls on this
No,
play.
that's not a penalty. You can't call
That
that
was
a penalty.
roughing the kicker.
No, it was
Oh,
not.
I
that was roughing the kicker.
I did not see it.
That's definitely
That's
kick
what
catch.
Brandon and I were watching. We were watching
That
back
was
here.
definitely kick catch
Well-
interference, and that was definitely roughing the kicker.
Who was the gunner? Who did that? Did you see?
58.
No.
Well, then
No,
let's
no.
see, Waycross
You know how I
catch.
know it. I know it's roughing the punter that wasn't called because Coach Cutright is only yelling at one person right now, and that's the young man Jarman.
Was that Jarman that did that? Okay.
Yeah, barely.
I mean, the kick is away, but it doesn't matter. You can't just hit him when he's standing there, regardless if it's not in his kicking motion.
Well, so either way, that's going to be a penalty not against Colerain, but against Lakota East, and it's going to bring the ball all the way up to the Colerain 47-yard line.
I mean, I'm not going to complain that it went the Cardinals' way, but it shouldn't have went the Cardinals' way. So I guess I am complaining.
We'll get a good shot here by our volunteers at Waycross.
I mean, he clearly pushes him right in the chest.
No,
he
he's-
didn't. No,
He's
there
trying
is no
to hold
E.
himself up.
Yeah, trying to hold him up by pushing him down.
First down and 10 for the Cardinals. Here goes Lawson Sandusky in motion. With the pitch is Hamza Abdul-Wahid, and as fast as he is, and as much as he runs in a straight line, he is small. And if you get a good tackle on him, he's going to go down. And number 22 for Lakota East made an excellent low tackle, and Hamza Abdul-Wahid's run is stopped at a 2-yard gain.
2-yard pickup on play. Second down, 8.
A little
That's
bit
Michael
different.
Howard, the senior middle
A little
linebacker.
different. The toss sweep it to the fullback and not to one of the wing backs.
You like to give Hamza that running time, but he's a straight line runner. I mean, that's what he does. And that was a good angle and good pursuit by Howard, the linebacker. Second down and 8.
Well, what you get to, I mean, even if you're getting positive yards, but the outside run sets up
Timeout.
the inside.
Cardinals.
Lawson Sandusky
Timeout,
lined up in the wing there, and
First
quarterback Freddie Johnson noticed it and told him, "Hey, I believe you're supposed to be in the eye." Somebody was in the wrong spot. Colerain on the right page, but call a timeout on the play. 5:32 left to play. Colerain ahead, 20-3. So again, we mentioned
Got
that
an update score. Big
Uh-oh.
surprise here coming. It's now 50-0. Fairfield over Oak Hills. No, Princeton puts another score on the board. They lead Lakota West 26-10. Fairfield 50, Oak Hills 0.
Oak Hill seems to be in a rebuild this year.
Another big one. This is big because this is a two teams battling for a playoff position. Walnut Hills in Region 4 with the Colerain Cardinals. Anderson has stormed back. It's now Walnut Hills 28, Anderson 28.
Wow, that's a good game.
All right, Colerain breaks the huddle. They're going to go straight I formation.
All right, second down and 8. Freddie Johnson fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, gets wrapped up, but he's going to pick up positive yards into Lakota East territory. Down
Another
to the
surprise,
47.
put another score on the board. Princeton 34,
No way.
Lakota West 10.
Wow.
Third down, 5.
That was awkward because
Was that
our
an echo? Did you hear that
our
echo?
producer Tony said wow at the exact same time Chris did.
I just thought it was an echo in my
Twinsies.
headset.
So technically I'm going to call Jinx and both of them can't talk anymore.
So third down and 5.
I have to talk to.
Need to get to the 42-yard line.
Freddie Johnson faked the handoff, keeps it himself, avoided one tackle, but number 84 made another one. And that's going to be a loss of about 4 yards, and it's going to be fourth down and long. So the drive died kind of after that timeout. Couldn't get the first down, so it's going to be fourth down and 8. 4:40 to go here in the third quarter. Colerain leading 20-3.
This is a perfect spot.
Perfect
spot.
spot. Please stop with the fake punts.
That's a perfect spot to trap pin them deep inside their own territory. Jeez, Chris.
That
Jump
is
the gun.
so not what you were going to say.
He's going to pin them inside their own 20-yard line. Here's the chance. Jeez.
Here's a great opportunity to do exactly what you should do. Let's see if Lawson can get his foot underneath it.
Tries to angle that one, and he just kind of kicks it out of bounds.
And I'll be honest, the Cardinals probably should have just faked it there.
If they fake it and they're short, they get the ball just inside the 50. The ball's going to be spotted at the 40, so
It's a 9-yard net.
9-yard net.
At some point, that will happen. Lawson will tuck it and run.
Well, I think a lot of people around the league know that now. If you watch the way they set up, all their linebackers weren't blocking to stop them. They were all kind of back, setting up the return. So they knew good scouting. So Mason's going to take the ball over their own 40.
Lakota East is going to take the ball over. There's a handoff to the fullback who cuts it back across the middle. 48 still on his feet, avoids a couple of arm tackles and picks up 12 on the run.
Charlie Kenrich.
Yep, Charlie Kenrich. Two-way player, linebacker and fullback.
Shows a lot of strength right here. Runs through some arm tackles.
Yeah, again, don't have heights and weights on these guys. So he's clearly one of the bigger guys.
Just a sophomore.
Yep. Yeah, the challenge for Lakota East next year will be replacing 4/5 of their offensive line who are starters. There we go. There's a handoff once again this time.
Corey Dick with it.
Corey Dick with it takes it down to the 40-yard line of the Colerain Cardinals. It's going to be a 7-yard gain on first down.
A little bit of after play jawing right there in the middle.
7-yard pickup.
Referee's discretion. Talking both kids. A lot of jawing from both sides.
Someone went in for the Cardinals. Someone's got to come out.
And out he comes.
Yeah, it's Pate. No, that's not Pace. That's
Kendall.
Xavier Kendall. Second down and 3 for Lakota East. There's the handoff again, once across the middle, and they are moving the ball now.
And it's nothing,
almost at will. You're right. It's nothing fancy.
It's nothing fancy. It's no option. It's just straight isolation, 2 running back lead. Power football right up at the Colerain Cardinals.
That was number 4, Dick Corey again on the carry.
Fullback 43 kind of does a good job picking up the linebacker. Yeah, they've decided to go the heck with the deception of the option. We're very big up front. We're going to use our big fullbacks as lead blockers, and we're just going to be have more men that you can stop there right up the middle.
So when you expect to see Donovan Owens and Dante Corleone kind of show their strength here. They're getting pushed around a little bit here, but a good pursuit by the Colerain defense there. But still, 3 yards gained on a first down run.
Cardinals switch to a bear defense. Beavers goes to defensive line. Pace goes from safety to defensive alignment. And it's been, and I don't know if it's by choice, if Elijah Ford's, he came out late in the game last week, kind of rolled his ankle, and he really hasn't played much tonight. So Jarman, the sophomore, has been asked to step up there, and he's kind of getting pushed back here so far on this drive.
Yeah, they do have the lineman playing tight end.
Takes the handoff. Passes out to number 48, Kenrich. Has got it again. Good pursuit by the Colerain defenders. Not a whole lot gained, maybe 2 yards on it.
And everyone was like, oh my God, he's wide open. Oh, nope. There's the rest of the defense coming to collapse. Pace.
Here he
goes. Almost takes a little bit too much time to get him the ball. The speed of the Colerain defensive back closes really, really quick.
Kajewski had to do that because he had to throw it over the defender coming right in his face.
Third down and 6 for Lakota East on the Colerain 27-yard line.
Multiple late substitutions.
With only a minute 25 left in the third quarter, you have to believe if they pick up positive yards, it's probably fourth down territory.
Shotgun for East.
Catches it back, throws it across the middle. It is caught by number 7. He's going to be just short of the first down. Tackled inbounds. Clock's going to continue to run, but obviously they're going to go for it here on fourth down.
His route had him past the yard marker. It looked like he came back for the ball. Where he stops, he's got it, but comes back for the ball, and it's where his feet come down at the spot.
Yeah, the throw was a little behind him, to your point, Brian. He had to come back and get it, but most importantly, made the reception for Lakota East.
And I tell you what, that's the second
clock has stopped.
Second Lakota East player that looks like they're cramping up, and usually in this weather you don't see that much.
Piece of candy. This is just a pail full of candy wrappers.
Yeah, Chris did some damage on me.
Did James Woods come in here?
It's the Halloween. You know what? And one thing we had Mason here last week. Remember that? Chris, you weren't here, and the Mason complimented our Colerain boosters. They do not only a lot for
you literally ate every piece of candy that wasn't a Three Musketeer.
That's not true.
Hey.
That's false. That is a
There's
false
one
statement.
Milky Way.
Well, this guy's over here. He's eating too.
No.
Can
I finish?
Oh.
No, you can't, actually.
Colerain boosters.
Okay, what's the score of that LaSalle Woods game?
It was nice to hear. You're right. You told us the story about Mason's.
Still 21-13.
Stat guys.
Yeah, Mason's stats, we're complimenting what they do for us in the booth. Everybody talks about what they do for the
whole booth, not just us.
Yeah, no, for every.
Yeah, we don't do anything. We just sit here and obliviate, just talk.
Friday nights, I always say, come for the food, stay for the game.
That's one
He's
way to look
never
at it.
said that in his life.
I said that earlier. It's the second time I've told that joke tonight, and the second time that it didn't work.
Yeah.
Coach Daniel Rod on the sidelines and the players trying to implore the stands to stand and cheer. And he's going to come up
And
to
Deshaun Pace, did he
Not
get
gonna
up?
get it.
Did he fall forward?
A lot of
It's going to
second.
depend on the spot. They need the 31. Deshaun Pace hit him in the
31?
back. He needs the 31.
You mean the 21?
21.
I think he got it.
It all depends on the spot, and
Yeah.
as Brandon says, the most inconsistent science in football.
Deshaun Pace hit him in the backfield, but the running back fell forward.
They got it. I mean, at a minimum, you'd think they'd measure it,
That's
right?
what they're doing right now. They're measuring it.
With the chains.
Yes.
Need the chain gang. According to our producer in the truck, the ball is exactly where it's supposed to be. So we'll see. I think he's got it.
Nope. Referees aren't saying. Colerain likes
They
it.
haven't signaled yet.
What is he doing? There it is.
The Colerain defense stops Lakota East on 4th down, causes the turnover on downs, and the Cardinals offense will take over the ball. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
That was interesting, and I give the referees credit right there. They stretched the chains out, and one referee said, no, they didn't get it. He goes, well, stretch out again. It had to have been a length of a chain. It was close. So they set the chain down.
He's actually
and then
3.5 lengths short, but, not to correct you.
and if you can see that from here.
Eagle eye.
Colerain, the big stop, 49 seconds left in the third
Ball
quarter.
resting on the Colerain
Up 20-3, the
21-yard line,
offense have a
first
chance to
and
kind of
10.
redeem itself after they
How about a halfback?
stuttered.
How about a halfback pass right here?
Stubbed their toe on that last offensive series. All right, first down for the Cardinals. Freddie Johnson under center. Jalen Thomas in motion. Hand off to Hamza Abdul-Wahid. He's going to take it around the side. He's going to make a couple of guys miss, get hit, and then get taken down, but not until he picks up a solid 7 yards on first down.
And again, this is Hamza staying on his track. He's just going to go with that kind of 45-degree angle out of the backfield and just stays on it, follows his blocks, and then when the time comes, he sees open field, he makes the step, cuts it upfield. I mean, unfortunately for Hamza, there's a man right in front of him, but he still falls forward for the gain.
Yeah, anytime you can get 7 yards on first down, they'll take it.
Yeah, that was 7. That was number 11, Max Middleton, the senior for Lakota East, that laid the first hit on Hamza. Jalen Thomas once again in motion. Handoff once again to Hamza Abdul-Wahid. He busts through the line, stays on his feet, still on his feet, can take it down at the 40-yard line. Another first down for the Colerain Cardinals, and Hamza Abdul-Wahid, who on senior night is without a doubt putting together his best game as a varsity player.
After 3 quarters of play here at Colerain High School on senior night, get your Colerain Cardinals 20, Lakota East Thunderhawks 3.
Again, this is brought to you again by WeAreColerain.com and Waycross Community Media. We're only going to have follow us on Twitter. We'll put it up on Facebook too. You can watch the replay of this probably after midnight, and we'll have all the replay scheduled for Spectrum and Cincinnati Bell via Optics. But got to get special thanks to all the volunteers here in the truck and on camera. This is completely volunteer network, and if you'd like to be part of a future program or even create a program of your own, remember that's www.waycross.tv/volunteer. Or you can also find them at call them at 513-825-2429.
Couple score updates. Trotwood leads Springboro 19-14. It is a touchdown by Lakota West, but they still trail Princeton 34-17. It's Elder 24-6 over Canada Football North. Anderson now leads Walnut Hills 31-28.
Wow, it's a big comeback right there.
Can I ask a question? Isn't Canada Football North kind of redundant?
The name of the school is Football North. The name of the football team is Football North from Clarkson, Canada.
I got you. Because there's a Canada South?
Sure. It's Football North.
I know there's a Canada Dry.
You can't talk about alcohol in high school, Chris. Jeez.
Pretty sure that's a ginger ale. There's a handoff over the middle. Hamza
Got
Abdul-Wahid
loose.
spins
He's
out of it,
loose.
stays on his feet, takes it all the way down to the 45-yard line of the Lakota East
Oh, yeah,
Thunderhawks.
it is a ginger ale.
And a Cardinal first down.
And I tell you what, you watch Hamza right here, just follow his blockers and breaking. The senior on senior
Look
night
at
is
this.
doing
He
his
should
job.
be down right there, but no.
But-
Spins out of it. Oh,
You know what? You're running with a little bit of extra fire right now. Really didn't start the season as your starter. As a senior, has lost his starting position to a underclassman who had a little bit more size. But what he has shown you is just determination and took that spot back from him and never relinquished it. And that's why. Determination. He's not the biggest guy, but he runs hard.
He does run hard, and like I said, he's got that, as you said in the very beginning of the game, he's got that initial burst that you really like, so that he can tackle the hole. He gets through the hole quickly, and they can make things move. Is that Keinrich that's down?
Yeah, he's a two-way player.
He was cramping earlier.
I don't think that's a cramp. I think that's a sophomore getting his first taste of being on the other end of Cardinal.
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, it's a lot.
He was cramping earlier.
Springfield 19, Wayne 7, so Colerain will probably get points there.
Wayne has had a rough go of it in their season this year. It seems like forever ago that we opened up with the trip up to the backyard brawl up at Wayne in Huber Heights and battled the Warriors and came away with a victory. And typically Wayne, competing for regional championships, I mean, that's their level of expectation, just as it is for us. And they looks like they're going to lose their 6th game of the year.
Yeah, not a typical Wayne team. You're absolutely correct. I mean, always a lot of athlete, but
new head football coach, new coaching staff. There's a lot of turmoil, I think, around the Wayne program over the summer and heading into this year. So.
And 10 for the Cardinals at the Lakota East 45-yard line.
That was very nice.
That was pleasant.
Jalen Thomas in motion, but why bother? Because you're going to give the ball to Hamza Abdul-Wahid, who's going to rush for 12 yards.
This is not an option play. It's a little wrinkle now they're doing. They're setting that jet sweep motion, but Jalen Thomas is just a distraction. All he's doing is stretching the defense, making them at least respect him to the outside, and it just opens up Hamza up the middle.
And again, they don't get the credit as much because if they don't only get their names read when they do something wrong in this offensive line, just dominating. This is their best game of the year.
Lawson Sandusky now takes it, plants his foot, he runs into 2 Mason tacklers and is thrown down.
Now there's nothing wrong with that. It was right.
Actually, no, that is. It's a 15-yard penalty.
I thought that should have been a penalty. I wasn't going to say anything.
It doesn't matter if it's after the whistle. It doesn't matter when.
I mean, look at this takedown, right?
That is not a football move to throw him to the ground. It's not.
Well, Mason. Well, Mason's known for wrestling, but this is Lakota East, so.
He's upset. They're down 20-3. I mean, think about what this Colerain defense has done to this Lakota East offense. They scored a field goal.
The roof, and then
he reset the play clock.
Lakota East scored a field goal on their first series, and they haven't scored since. So Colerain offense is, eating up the clock. I mean, they're doing what we love to do here in the 4th quarter, up 20-3 with 10:14 to go. 2nd down and 8. Here's Lawson Sandusky once again. Drops
he's
back,
got pace. He's got pace wide open.
Throws it down the field, and it is caught over the shoulder by Deshaun Pace and into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals! Freddie Johnson with a 32-yard touchdown pass to the senior Deshaun Pace.
Did you see what I did? A great shot here by our guys from Waycross.
They've been on it all night.
They go play action. Pace gets behind the receiver. A perfect job by Freddie. But what he did after the play, his teammates, we see this, his teammates come up to him.
If you look at this route, it doesn't matter where he goes. Jalen Thomas to the right or Deshaun Pace to the left. They're both wide open.
What a great catch by Deshaun Pace.
Keep this rolling. Watch Pace after this. He makes the touchdown. His teammates come to celebrate again. They remember the personal foul they got, and he kind of shoot him away. Said, no.
Snap is back. Kick is up. Kick is good. With 10:01 to play. It's your Colerain Cardinals 27. Lakota East Thunderhawks 3. And what he did, you said that Pace took him to the sideline and said, nope, just threw the ball back, shaking him off. Now they're on the sidelines celebrating.
Which is fine, right?
Well, exactly. That's kind of what they use.
Here's the replay once again. Plenty of time. Great blocking by the offensive line to give Freddie Johnson.
Jalen Thomas has legit beef on this play because
he's wide open.
Because he's even more wide open than Pace was.
Yeah. Pace had to reach kind of over his
players
back.
Nope.
Did you see? He put his hand out like, no.
No, we're not celebrating.
We're not
they
doing
did
that.
celebrate on the sidelines.
Which is perfectly fine. So that's the kind of offensive series the Cardinals need. They ate up some clock. They got the first downs. You're right, Hamza Abdul-Wahid all the way down there. And then once again, Brandon, somebody else taking the glory, Freddie Johnson.
He got one, right?
He's
got one.
Yes, he does have one. So So now with a 24-point lead, still not in a running clock situation, but getting closer. One more score for the Cardinals of the touchdown variety puts this in a running clock situation. But with 10 minutes to go,
Could be our
hard to believe
first
we would
running
get
clock
there.
of the year.
No, we had a running clock, I think, against
Oak Hills.
Oak Hills.
That don't count.
That's two touchdown passes tonight for Freddie Johnson. He hasn't had a completion in 2 weeks.
How about that? Let me ask you a question. How many completions has he had tonight that weren't touchdowns?
I don't know. I can't count that out.
There's a squib kick across the middle. It bounces up off of 14. Caught by number 11. He takes a knee right inside the 25-yard line. So interesting philosophy for the Colerain Cardinals and Cameron Ott to just squib it as hard as he could. It bounced up and hit 14 right in the face. And Levin went up and grabbed it and said, I'm just going to go right down. And, of course, the Cardinals lay off of him. Once his knee hit the ground, the ball is dead, as is the play. So,
but any time that you can keep the other team from starting inside their 30 at the high school level, I'm fine with that. As I said, teams have kind of known that pop-up, so they spread out their secondary line back there.
Score
so
update.
that middle is open.
Lyon Williams with a 2-yard touchdown, but the 2-point conversion is no good. LaSalle still leads Whitten Woods 21-19.
So how about that? I mean, that's a good game. Here we go, drops back to pass. Oh, and he's going to get hit and taken down. That was Jalen Thomas, I think, who got the initial hit on him. Not sure who cleaned it up. You guys can tell us who's getting up off the pile there.
Anna Daly couldn't refuse to Jalen Thomas.
33 and 58.
So here on replay, go ahead and call it out.
Got single coverage, got what he wanted, but Jalen Thomas got there before he could get his arm back to even throw that ball. Knocks him into the line of scrimmage.
Jalen Thomas should get the sack because he was going down. He fell on top.
He fell into Dante Corleone.
Yeah, he fell into him. He was going down from Jalen Thomas's contact.
Well, the stat guys are right next to us, so make a case.
Just give Jalen Thomas a sack, Corleone a half.
Yeah. Is that like 1.5 sacks? How's that work? There's a counter over the middle. Well defended by the Cardinals. Thornhill took it, and he's going to get no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 15.
Jalen Thomas turns it inside. Xander Kendall blows it up.
Defense playing nasty now, playing with a bit of an attitude.
Well, I think that you can tell.
You know what?
You can tell out there they're a little upset with Lakota East talking.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. You've seen some John since about the middle of the third quarter.
After that play, Xavier Kendall, the guy said, I pancaked you, and he just pointed right at the scoreboard. But he just went right back to his huddle, defensive huddle, and pointed right at the scoreboard. I think the Lakota East has upset the Cardinals.
5 wide. Once again, there's a lot of people in the backfield, and they're all wearing red. Huge sack for a host of Colerain Cardinals all the way back to the 10-yard line. It'll be 4th down and a mile.
Jalen Thomas, I think, is going to get credit for it. He's going to force him into the hands of everyone else again. Forces him, steps up. Who's there? LT Johnson, Donovan Owens. Dante Corleone, again, probably going to get a half sack just because the quarterback runs into him, which is kind of his job, right?
Yeah, it's going to bring that punting crew out at the 10-yard line. They need to get all the way up to 33. Really a bad area for a fake.
So not where I would fake it. Timeout, Thunderhawks.
I don't know if they were trying to set up a screen on that last play or not. But
No, it was a rollout,
and everybody just got
Jalen
beat.
Thomas busted up the rollout.
But it seemed like every defensive lineman beat their man on that play, so you could have turned it in.
The key for this Colerain offense to be succcante, they need to play up.
We're watching the replay. Jalen Thomas blows it up, turns him inside, but when he turns him inside, there's a
then LT Johnson turns him again. Dante Corleone, he's just there in the middle, and everyone does their job. The edge rushers force him up in the pocket, and who's waiting for him when he steps up in the pocket? Dante Corleone.
And I know we've said it already a few times tonight, but if you're watching this on replay or if you're watching it live, I want to give a shout out to all the cameramen and the production crew in the truck. Tony Suarez and his team tonight for Waycross doing a phenomenal job, giving you some great angles and some great replays. So kudos to all of you guys.
And what's great is they've
tonight.
got good weather to be outside. Some of them stand out in the rain and the weather for all these games, but tonight, beautiful night.
Yep. So here we go, 4th down and 23. Hunter, about 2 yards deep in his own end zone. Take it, got it, no pressure. Kicks it high. Deshaun Pace catches it. It is not fair caught, so he's looking for some room. And he's got a room. Makes a man miss. Stays on his feet, but gets taken down. But he takes it all the way back to the 25-yard line. and that's where the Cardinals offense will take over. Like to see this replay because if he got tackled, it was by his shoestrings.
Yeah, it was not much on the coverage down there. Colerain gets decent blockage, but not a lot of effort there. He let him just look for a seam and got it.
This second half.
He just lost.
This second half could not be better for setting the Cardinals up next week because Lakota East made the mistake of kind of making this Cardinal team angry, and they're playing with a little bit of fire that we haven't seen these past couple weeks, and you've kind of rolled it in for the big game going to be next week for the Cardinals.
Well, and there's no doubt. I mean, we can probably start talking about it here next week. Next week is potentially a program-defining game for at least the Fairfield Indians. These Cardinals are going to have a battle on their hands. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. There's a flag coming in from the head referee from well behind the line of scrimmage.
Just a straight handoff, and I think this is giving the ball to
Bradley.
Your 5th, 6th different running back to touch the ball tonight.
I would expect we'll start seeing some seniors coming in.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. That's one of them. That's Bradley, your senior there, getting a handoff.
You're showing me a highlighted roster. Does that mean that you've highlighted all the seniors? Yeah, absolutely. We can absolutely go through those.
It'll be 1st down and goal for the Cardinals.
Let's wait till we get to about maybe 4 minutes in the game. Take a minute and go through them because it's important. At least all the ones we have on the roster.
Yeah, so the personal foul will take it to the 10-yard line. Just inside, the tip of the ball just over the 10, so it'll be 1st down and goal.
Yep, they have dropped.
I have a feeling this is going to be 4 straight handoffs to Bradley. Give the senior a chance here.
Could be. Let's see. There we go.
I say that and they hand it off to Jalen Thomas. It goes in for the score.
Jalen Thomas, the senior, taking it in from 10 yards out, putting the Cardinals up convincingly 33-3 with 7:16 left to go in the game. And I think, gentlemen, that is the proverbial nail in the coffin if we had not already seen it.
This is a little bit different. We got a little cross-buck action right there.
Yeah, that was interesting.
We haven't seen that from Colerain.
We have, from the Cardinals. We have seen that tonight. We've seen that about 3 times for about -6 yards from
Attempting the extra point.
So Cameron Ott on for the extra point attempt. Tyler Prather on to hold. Snap is back. Much better snap that time. Good hold. Kick is up.
Is good. And with 7:16 to play, it's the Colerain Cardinals 34. Lakota East Thunderhawks 3. With that score by Ohio High School Athletic Association rules, we will now have a running clock in force.
So this is going to go quickly. Probably going to see no more than maybe 1 possession for each team the rest of the way. So, Brian, why don't you go ahead and during this time take a minute. Let's call out our seniors on this football team.
Yeah, seniors playing their last home game for the regular season here tonight, honoring them and thanking them for their years of service. Jalen Thomas, Deshaun Pace, Josh Shelton, and Jack Hughes, Elijah Ford, Caleb Amofa, Avante Scales, Hamza Abdul Wahid, Lawson Sandusky, Jalen Montgomery, Tavarius Bradley, Brian Beavers, Jaden Carter, Rayshawn Shekels, LT Johnson, Donovan Owen, Elijah Malik, Zach Foles, Ethan Butler, Ace Ehrenschwinner, Zach Stegmuller, Tyree White, Dalen Pert, Cameron Carnes, Cameron Ott, Keyshawn Monday, and JoJo Jackson.
All of our seniors, the class of 2020.
Quick score update before Ott's kickoff. Lakota West puts a touchdown on the board, but so does Princeton. 41-23 Princeton over West.
Oh, my goodness gracious. There's another squib kick right through the middle of the field. Takes a few bounces, picked up at the 20-yard line, taken up to the 25. Is that the quarterback? No. Okay, I thought it was number 12. I think it's 22. He's
also about 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not 50.
Maybe 20 pounds heavier.
Maybe 20 pounds heavier than the quarterback.
Takes it up past the
About 3
35-yard line,
inches shorter.
up to the 37-yard line.
Also wearing 22, not 12.
Yep.
He also doesn't have the same wristband. Clock is running.
Yep. So clock is on the move. So take a minute here. Let's talk about next week. So next week is week 10. Colerain, of course, will be 8-1 and 7-0 in conference. Fairfield, of course, with what we all knew would be a very easy win tonight over the winless Oak Hills team. They're going to come into that game undefeated at 9-0 at home on senior night. And they're going to be looking to really shock the world here.
Jarman, the sophomore, with a big tackle.
Been really impressed with Jarman tonight.
Yeah, he really struggled on one drive, when that kind of drive when Lakota East kind of decided we're just going to run isolation, and they basically ran power football right at him, and the young sophomore kind of got pushed around a bit. But he has done a good job keeping the edge when the play has gone there, and really been good in space. Not necessarily when it kind of pounded right at him, but there's been few times he's been asked to do that tonight.
And you got to like the effort on that last play, coming all the way from the weak side to make the play.
Back under center, no gain on that play. 2nd down and 10. There's a handoff right over the middle. Only about a 3-yard gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Cardinals have sprinkles of substitutions everywhere. 91 in the ball game for the first time, long 24.
26 comes in.
JoJo Jackson's in the ball game. I believe 84, Keyshawn Monday. What'd you say, 24?
26.
24, Jaden Carter. 26, Keyshawn Shekels.
There you go. So again, an opportunity to get all these seniors into the game. 14 drops back to pass. It is complete out to number 7. He takes it, makes a man miss, stays on his feet. Takes it down inside Colerain territory.
And that was right at Mr. Monday, who just came in, and he had him tracked, and then just misses the tackle on the edge.
Just get your athlete in space, just a quick little out. Kind of commits to the inside, gets beat to the outside.
This is, I guess, is that Jack Hartman, I guess, in a quarterback? They moved the tight end to quarterback, number 14.
He's the wide receiver, but yeah.
Yeah. There's the
Ball's
on
loose.
the ground. Ball's loose. Let's see who jumped on top of it. I believe the Colerain Cardinals have
42?
that turnover. That's number 42 who comes up with it.
That's
Go ahead.
some masculine cachet.
Cachet. Mr. Cachet. Mr. Cachet. Tamaska Cachet. He's a special teams nightmare. Here we go. See
Sophomore getting a chance now with the twos in.
another sophomore getting some playing time. I tell you what.
Changing, we'll see a big.
There he is right there.
Changing
There's gonna be a
quarterback right
lot,
here?
There's going to be a lot of growth. It's going to Tyler Prather coming in at quarterback. The another junior, the backup quarterback coming in to finish off the last 4 minutes of this game. Hopefully with a running clock, they're able to run out the last 4
44
minutes
for
here.
the first time on offense.
A lot of youth on this Colerain varsity team.
Aaron
Gonna carry
Foster,
forward into next
44.
year. There's a handoff to number 21. Takes it. He's going to make 2 or 3 guys miss, but then gets tackled. Goes down for
Bradley, the
a
ball carrier.
4-yard loss. That was Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley almost got loose right there. He breaks the initial tackle.
Well, he
and
ran hard, didn't he?
He's got
Flag on the play.
some quicks.
He does have some quicks. Unfortunately,
Block in the back of the Cardinals.
those quicks need to move north-south. So the clock continues.
The good news for the Cardinals is yards don't really matter at this point. They get an extra play.
That's right.
13 into the ball game for the first time.
So I get to kind of wrap up my thoughts on next week. I mean, Fairfield is going to come in as amped up as they ever can. Last year they came here,
Well,
gave us a good
we
run.
gotta go
Hold on,
there.
let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish.
You said come in.
No, I said
Timeout, Lakota East.
they're going to be amped up next week as the Cardinals head into their house on senior night. Last year they came here, and 275 yards later, Jatwan McLean absolutely obliterated our defense in a losing effort. And he's a senior this year. He's clearly one of the highest named, most recognized high school football players in the city this year. He's a University of Kentucky commit. And
Lakota East actually declined that
they
penalty,
declined
so it'll
the
be second down.
second down. Chance, I guess, to get the ball back. So they're going to be fired up. These Cardinals are going to have to match that intensity. There's no doubt about it. There's a handoff by Prather to number 21. He's got it. He's going to take it up to the 46-yard line of Lakota East.
But the thing
45
is,
they
you
mark
say
it,
that
yep.
they've never been this hyped. I think they have. It was the last time the Cardinals went there. Fairfield was about to take the lead before halftime, and I think they were too amped up. 3 interceptions,
Yeah.
and the Cardinals they got 2 up, and the one time they took a punch from Cardinals, that big interception return, they were completely in the I don't think
Javon Vick
Fairfield,
gets that
don't get me wrong,
106-yarder.
Fairfield will be pumped for this game next week. But I think if Coach Krause is doing his job, he won't have them as hyped, I think, as he had them in 2017.
17, that's right.
3rd down and 4.
Speed pitch back to 17. Lawson Sandusky, the senior's got it. He gets through and picks up the first down. All the way down to the 37-yard line is where they're going to mark it. It'll be first down. Again, the clock doesn't stop. Just under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Nice run by the senior, Lawson Sandusky, who it really, again, has been a jack of all trades throughout the course of his entire career here. He's played quarterback, he's played wingback, he's been running back. Of course, he's the starting punter.
Played a little bit of safety.
Played a little bit of safety. I mean,
a little bit of long snapper.
Yep, he was a long snapper. That's true. He's the consummate Colerain football player. So, Coach, tell me where you need me, and I'll go play there.
Really, he's one of those guys. You know, if he was 2 inches taller, if he was 15 pounds heavier, if he was, you know, he's a tremendous athlete. I mean, all around, that's what makes him good at every position.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's not great at anything. Except, I'll give him credit. He's one of the best punters we've had. When he's on, he's a weapon.
Yeah, he is a weapon from the punt. So,
and I tell you what, he's 100% on his pass plays this year.
Is that right? That's right. He does have
one for one and a touchdown pass.
Yep.
I think you're incorrect. I think he's 1 of 2. I think
he tried another one.
Yeah.
So things are going to get shook up a little bit if Princeton continues to hold on. Yes, if Princeton continues to hold on and beats Fairfield. Do we have any updates in this game? I'm sorry, Lakota West, not Fairfield. I got Fairfield on the mind. I can tell you this: I don't think Jatah McLean's going to have 275 yards next week. I think that.
I concur.
Well, Fairfield's one of the better defenses too. So
they have a very good
if you hold Jutuan to 2 scores maybe.
If you can hold him under 150 yards and 2 scores, you got a shot.
But then again, you've got to score that much too.
There's a counter. Lawson Sandusky takes it, drives it, and past the 35-yard line.
Big block up there. We've got to give him credit right there. 74 for the Colerain Cardinals. Sheldon Spixnagel, the big sophomore.
77 coming into the game.
6'2", 335.
77 in the
hand kicks.
Tajay White, 5'8", 280-pound offensive lineman coming in.
He must be one of the seniors' favorites because they gave him a big cheer when he went in.
280 pounds of beef on the offensive line, like that. There's Tyler Prather. The pitch back to Bradley once again, trying to find some room. Gets it down to about the 31-yard line.
Cardinals will have to run at least one more play.
Yep.
Like the aggressiveness from Bradley right there. He gets out there and there's really no blockers.
Yeah.
And he says, okay, blockers, you're not doing your job. Get out of my way.
6 into the ball game for the first time.
He obviously really seriously wants to score. Who's 6?
That's Josh Shelton, another senior.
So
he's going, where do I go? Where do I go? Is that me? Where do I go? Just get out there.
Just out here?
Just go out there and pretend you,
Victory formation for the Colerain Cardinals. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Tyler Prather takes it. Steps back and takes a knee, and that will be the final play of the home regular season schedule for these Colerain Cardinals, as they are going to be victorious on senior night against the Lakota East Thunderhawks, moving to 8-1 on the year. Lakota East falling to 4-5. Final score, Colerain 34, Lakota East 3. Thanks for listening to WeAreColerain.com and Waycross Community Television's presentation of Colerain Cardinal varsity football action. Thanks for tuning in. We hope to see you again come playoff time.